the White House, President Eisenhower signs the proclamation that makes Alaska's entry into the Union official, nearly 92 years after Lincoln's Secretary of State bought the territory from the Russian Tsar for $7 million.
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. The exclusive home of frontier gear built for the rugged Alaskan terrain. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Visit Barney's today at 906 West Northern Lights.
Big Rays, the Alaskan outfitter, committed to outfitting Alaskans across the state since 1947. Whether you're a recreator, parent, guide, or corporate buyer, Big Rays has the gear you need, tailored for Alaska's harsh conditions. Check out their new exclusive line of Auralic waders. Big Rays for all your outdoor gear and rugged work attire. BigRays.com.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives. AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska, built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation, with exclusive products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce cards, and more. Ask your local bud tender about AKO. Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
Lawn Pro AK, Alaska's year-round professional property maintenance team. Services include weekly lawn care, custom landscaping, fertilizing, weed control, turf repair, and more. Schedule your free estimate at lawnproak.com.
Alaska's OG cider company, Double Shovel, crafting gluten-free colonial-style ciders founded as a healthier, non-inflammatory brew option. Drop by their Pop and Tap room in Anchorage off of 58th and Arctic or visit the second location in Kodiak. Double Shovel, award-winning ciders.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaskan public lands, waters, and wildlife. Their goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping our public lands wild. Stand up today and join BHA at backcountryhunters.org.
Alaska Mining and Diving Supply, located in Anchorage, is our go-to for powder sleds and utility rigs. Whether you're in the mountains with the flat bill bros, running trap lines, or hauling freight, they have the selection to get you dialed from peaks to the valleys. Find them on Commercial Drive or akmining.com.
Crack 'em, boys. Oh, I didn't even grab one.
You walked all the way. What'd you go walk over there and do?
I don't know. What did I do?
You want to crack this one for me? And it'll wait?
Oh, wait. Get after the break. Second
Oxygenate
There we go.
crack. The re-crack.
You can do a caribou call anytime.
The re-crack.
Re-crack.
You gotta crack it and taste it. You can't.
Oh, yeah, my bad. My bad. I was too busy talking shit.
We're not just cracking them for the caribou to run in.
Oh. Little sour action. Cheers, bro.
A little tart.
Welcome back, Austin.
Yeah. Put that mic a little closer so we get the full
sorry
sexy.
about that.
Yeah. Get in there.
I didn't even someone fucking with this shit.
It was me. Duh. Oh no. Harper wasn't here with me earlier.
Okay. Because I was like, there was like candy wrappers. And I was like,
yeah.
dang, I know these guys.
No, that's that's right. She was over there. She was watching. Have you guys ever seen the movies Pitch Perfect?
Oh yeah,
I'm a girl dad.
I liked that first movie.
I'm a girl dad, so they're kind of a chick flick, and they have like 3 or 4 of them. I've seen them all.
Oh, there's that.
They're actually they're really funny. The humor is there's a lot of male humor in it too.
Yeah.
And it even has like raunchy-esque type situations.
For sure.
And I still let my kids watch it. It's fine. Anyway, there's a scene where I forget one of the girls in the movie. She's like wants to be a producer.
Oh, okay.
And so she's good on mixed tables and like a little sound table thing.
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, she's doing like a little Christmas song. And
Oh, you looked it up?
No, I was just gonna. She just did Trolls. The Trolls.
Oh yeah, the brunette gal.
Yeah, before I came in here, before I took it down on that like dark note on this shirt. Okay. I listened. That was a pop-up song. It's a kid's song.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
I was in the hot mix.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
The truck mix.
The truck mix.
Yeah,
You
the connection.
gotta
here.
have the kids mix, dude,
Nice,
on
dude.
Spotify.
From the boy band one.
Yeah. So Anna Kendrick, sorry.
Band Back Together, I think it's
Yeah.
what
Band
the
Together.
initials. I actually just saw chunks of it for the first time Sunday. Harper told me it was on Hulu. And I'm like, oh, really? Like
How do you
5-year-old?
know that?
5-year-old updates? It's actually on Peacock, but
Yeah.
we have that right now because I watched the whole stretch of Yellowstone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Finished it.
Nice.
Well,
That's
it's
what we
not
did.
finished, but I mean, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be the last person on the planet to have watched it.
I
Have you seen
haven't.
Yellowstone?
Yeah, I think I've seen. I don't know if they came out with like another series. I got to a stage.
No, it was like season 5 didn't even finish, and
Yeah.
then it's at a standstill. I think it's going to get finished though, right?
Yeah, that's what I hear. I haven't seen all of Yellowstone, but I've seen the other two. The
Oh, you talk about that,
1923
yeah.
Dude, you
and
can't find that. It's like on a weird.
What it?
It's on Peacock.
Yeah, it was on Peacock. Yep.
It's totally
No
on Peacock.
way.
Oh yeah.
That one is 18, whatever.
Both
Both
of
of
them,
them are.
all 3 of them.
Yeah, I watched them all when I got sick.
It's the best way to watch it with no commercials, nothing.
Oh, there's no commercials on that
Nothing.
one?
No, dude, it's awesome.
Just
It
run
is so
a train
good.
on it.
Yeah.
The problem though is that the way that everyone talked about 1923, I thought it was all done, and I wait until all the seasons are out and then watch a show.
Yeah.
And so I watched it, and I'm like, sweet, dude, season 2, and then it's like, oh, haven't started filming yet, and I'm like, and it's straight up like doesn't even get the end of anything. It is like one third the way through a story.
I gotta wait. Like, I just watched Sopranos.
Oh yeah,
Like, I wait until
wow.
it's done.
you
That's
wait plus
a good
25 years.
Yeah. And I watched The
a good
Wire
one.
like 5 years ago.
That one's so good, dude.
And then I
need to
just
watch
watched, actually, the last one I watched was the Dragon one.
Oh yeah, Lord or
Because I was
Game
up
of
in,
Thrones?
I was surgeryed up, so I had time.
Oh man.
What was the Dragon one?
alright.
House of Dragon, or
Oh, you watched that? Is that good?
House of that
House
one's
of
good.
Dragon.
What was the first one?
Game of Thrones?
Yeah. They're both good.
Yeah.
Did you go down the documentary
if you-
rabbit hole?
The what?
Documentary rabbit hole?
No, I didn't like tune into the podcast or none of that.
No, I meant like when you were when you're on knee surgery.
Oh, documentaries?
Yeah, did you say
Oh,
you?
dude, I watched all the documentaries.
You watched them all? Yeah. Anything notable?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yep.
There's quite a bit,
Yeah,
actually.
there's a lot.
Have you seen
Dang,
one
a notable
with the whale?
one? Dang, a notable one? Yeah, that one's good.
One that was notable that was really insane was the Waco,
Oh, yeah, that was
Texas
good.
deal with the standoff in the building and the like manipulation of that dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the people still come out of that today talking very highly of that guy.
David Koresh, is that his
Yeah,
name?
that's
Koresh?
right. Good
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah.
It was just wicked, man.
Yeah, that one was good.
And
was-
they were like
That's not really a documentary, though, is it?
Hell
that was
yeah,
more
it
like
was.
a film series.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I still
Oh, they
kinda-
have both. I guess they have
Well,
both.
there was an entertainment show that was
like
like
a drama.
like a drama based on actual events, but then there was the actual
Yeah, I watched it,
documentary that had real footage.
Yeah, they're
the
both good,
FBI,
though.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
It had,
interviews
Remember
and
the
shit.
FBI like super fucked up, like they messed up their entire the way they handled that.
right.
So
The
I
local
thought that was a
the
good one.
local sheriffs and stuff were like, "We'll go in and deal with this," but then the army just attacked or whatever attacked it.
Yeah, they came in there with tanks and shit.
Kind of almost like how the feds are trying to help us out on our sheep, maybe. Maybe your game.
Oh, that is not too soon. Not too soon.
We need like a...
Fireworks.
A little overstep.
That was
Yeah.
that was good.
Absolutely.
Damn, man.
It's true.
What is the like? What is the consensus of the guides' view of that shit?
You know what? It's like, honestly, it's too.
You guys got pitchforks and like,
No, it's too soon for me to tell because there's so many different like ideas where some guides are moving to different places, some have federal concessions.
Damn, that must be a whole nother rabbit hole, huh?
And
Federal
then-
concession?
Yep. So preserves, you know, like, okay,
preserves?
well, we're going to move over here to the state land. And then you can move to different state land, but actually with guiding it's pretty tough to stake your claim into an area and not make like mortal enemies.
Yeah.
With, I mean, anyone, you're gonna piss someone off, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's just trying to navigate through that. But with the guides, it's the same thing with residents. Okay, well, the sheep aren't doing good here. Where should we go? Where, you're starting to do your research, the weather. You're trying to get as much updated research as you can. Talk to the biologist, and it's a crapshoot right now with sheep. I mean, I did just look. It was, I think, 516. So I thought there was mid 400s that was killed last year, but it was 516. And I think that accounts for all sheep.
Is that down from like 1,400 or something like that? Or,
Yeah.
or like average before?
Usually average every year is like, I don't know, 700-800. Like, well,
So a
this
third?
last couple decades, yeah.
Yeah.
So the last couple years has been bad, but there has been bad stretches where it's real bad. And they still average a little bit higher because they they had 3/4 curl.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Well, I didn't go. That's probably why they're down at least one,
yeah, right. Up one or up one, yeah.
Save one. I saved one
Save
for
one.
later.
Yep. Well,
You know?
that's I would encourage a lot of people to go out and
Save one?
save one
Yeah.
and kill a wolf
Yeah.
Yes.
A bear.
or a couple. Or
Golden
a
Eagles.
bear.
We need a Golden Eagle permit.
Now that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how we come to the bartering table
Yeah.
with the higher ups. Be like, yeah, you one
For one.
for one, just one. What?
Same time, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Same time.
It's no bald eagle. We don't have any golden eagles on quarters.
No.
Let's go after them.
Would you see Tom Louise did that like recent study? He just did like a recent study, and we could pull it up.
What is it?
He did a recent study where he collared the Dall sheep, so now he's like the
Right.
biologist for the Dall sheep. I just read that today, and
What's
in the
his-
Chugach, so they just do something like a Dall sheep research report. Tom Louise 2024. I think it was in February 2024, but they collared a bunch of sheep, and actually 2 of the sheep, they thought it was because they got a hold of these sheep. It says it in the report. And I hope I'm like paraphrasing this correctly,
Yeah.
but he caught them out in the open away from the escape terrain, and they couldn't get back to the U, and they were just vulnerable, and Golden Eagle nailed their ass.
Really?
They watched it happen.
It's like real time data, so
On
they
the
go and
collar.
they see on the
Damn,
collar.
what are the numbers? What's the? I want to know how many.
I say it's one of the largest predators of, well,
Dude,
using lambs
The only two
or lambs.
The,
Should I
on-
get the trivia music queued up?
the only two lambs and ewe groups we saw last year in the spot the first spot we hunted, both of them had golden eagles on top of them the whole time.
Oh yeah, you see them just perched like some vultures.
Dude, they were coming down fucking with them all the time. Every time we went by those sheep, I saw both both groups twice. So
I think they get those baby caribou too.
I bet.
Because
I'm
I've been
sure.
seeing them. I've seen them in some spots where I'm like,
Especially
what is
in the
that
high
fucking thing
mountains.
just sitting right there on the mountain, blended in with the rocks? Like they're not perched up; they're sitting in the
They
rock.
look like
you know
kind
what I
of
mean?
a gargoyle
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
They're like chilling.
Yeah, you're like, what
I
is
just
that?
caught movement in my spotter. Like, what is that? That's not a rock. And you take a minute. You're like, the size is not right. Is that a bear head? And you're like, oh, I got you.
It's a raptor.
Yep.
Fucking, yeah, that's exactly what it is, dude.
So how many sheep are there? Do we know that number? Like kind of guesstimation?
There's 6 left. They said.
One permit for everyone.
Go bear hunting. Just hunt them.
Let's see here.
I looked up how many eagles. That's why I was curious. And not bald eagles, golden eagles.
Okay.
And I was just curious, like, what the sheep... Yeah.
How many golden eagles
Yeah.
there are in Alaska, or total in the wild?
You were asking yourself that right now.
Are we watching a Stranger Things episode?
It's getting strange.
It's trivia.
Okay. I'm gonna say 300.
300 golden eagles?
Yeah,
300.
300 golden
Oh,
eagles.
okay.
In Alaska?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that small? Probably a small amount.
You don't have to say anything.
Austin,
I would say,
master guide.
oh no, you can't even advertise
Lives
that.
45. Oh, you're not a master guide yet?
I'm a registered guide.
Registered guide.
Imagine, yeah. advertising as a master guide could get you in like lobster water hot.
Okay.
Okay, we don't want lobster water. Don't turn red.
I'm thinking 1200.
Okay.
You're a master of Golden Eagle numbers.
Jack,
Tell me that's close.
are you looking it up?
No, I'm looking up sheep. 6,800.
13,000.
Oh.
Well, it got me thinking. I'm
Wait,
like,
you didn't you already knew.
I was the one that indirectly asked the question.
No,
Early
is it-
trivia. Well, just wrap your head around that. They're all going to be in mountains too. You don't see golden eagles in South Central. You see golden eagles in the mountains,
In the interior.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
not like coastal.
Well, I would say the majority of them are probably. I wonder what percentage is up in the Brooks Range and up in those.
High percentage have to be, dude.
You know what?
Alaska Range.
I'm surprised I didn't get asked that on my registered guide exams or the game GMU exams. Like they ask you some stuff where you have to know heavily, and it's kind of like the quadratic equation where you're like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. You take the exam and you never use that ever again, and then you're like, all right, this is going to take me a minute to figure back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
You know?
Damn, it's like that.
Oh, dude, it's tough. Definitely hardest exam that I've taken. Series of exams. I don't mean to bring that back to me. I apologize, but they ask you that. It's like trivia.
Well, that comparison to like the average person takes the ACT or SAT.
I don't know. It's different. There's not like really mathematics, but there is a trivia question. There is there's a good one. There's like that trips you up.
Okay.
What is it?
Meant to do that
So
too.
this is one of the questions that I got. I'm not even know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
Living on the edge. Like a fucking raptor.
So it's what animal has higher fat content and protein than USDA lean beef?
Has higher fat content.
Fat and protein content than
I'm gonna
USDA. And there's USDA, and then there's two different types.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's prime
Yeah,
or choice or something.
choice.
And we're
Yeah, so
selecting-
that's where it threw you off.
We're selecting a wild game animal in
and there
Alaska.
was like moose, caribou, ptarmigan, bear, and mountain goat.
I'm gonna say
so
mountain goat.
I'm going to say black bear.
Ooh, okay, that's a good answer. The white raven.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
It said ptarmigan on there.
Red-chested
Ptarmigan.
ptarmigan.
Oh, wow. I kind of like the ptarmigan answer.
Red-breasted. Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
What is it?
So it was multiple choice.
I'm going to go with ptarmigan.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Ptarmigan.
Yeah, where's the foghorn?
Oh, yeah. We need that.
Yeah,
really
so
need to get
it's
that one.
ptarmigan.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
okay.
got it.
Just that little bit on the outside, huh?
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but like you look at all this data, and it was Hunt Alaska says study Hunt Alaska. It's like 60 pages. And when you get to the final bosses, it's your personal interview, and there's 3 registered
Bowser?
guys. Yeah.
The
and
3 Bowsers?
Yeah, there's 3 triple Bowser threat, and they just grill you. And if you're good, then your interview is going to be like 45 minutes. If it's not, they are going to tease it out of you until you're done. And then they're like, okay, we made our assessment, and they've got their secret things.
Yeah.
Secret things that they're writing down. So
Secret things.
yeah, it's pretty
Wow.
intense.
Nice.
But they didn't ask me that on that
Yeah.
individual thing. That was on a different
Is
portion.
it 3 different guys every time, or is it the same 3 guys?
Yeah, different peers.
Okay,
Judged by your peers,
got it.
jury of your peers. So yeah, I had like
Pretty hardcore, man.
it is like I went in there.
Sounds
like,
intimidating.
It's all right. Don't be nervous. I'm like, buddy, I got time. Let's have a conversation. It's like Cole Kramer, and then I think Jace Sanford, who's got Ultima Thule Lodge, and then oh man, on the spot thinking about this, I don't even know if I'm allowed to even say this. It's kind of like Fight Club. I should probably stop talking.
All right, we won't talk about
Okay.
it.
Somebody's
don't
gonna
talk
slip
about-
in and knife
didn't
me
talk
right
about
now.
it.
We don't talk about guide exam.
We have to
Well, I'm
bleep it
curious.
out,
How
let
about
us
this?
know.
How many people are trying to pass the guide exam?
So there's only like a cap on each exam of 18. I believe it's like 18. You
Okay.
can only take so many. like proctor exam.
And they do it once a year?
Twice a year.
Twice a
You
year.
got to do it twice
And
a year.
then what percentage pass?
In the past, it used to be much lower, I guess. But I was talking to Aaron Bloomquist, and he was like, "Yeah, it's interesting because there's old guides who are getting out of the industry, and not as many people taking the test. But then I went and took the test, and it was a max classroom.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure. I haven't got that deep into the Fight Club yet.
Still on fight 1.
Yeah, so first coming up season.
And he's still breaking the rule
Fight
talking
one's
about
coming.
Fight Club, bro.
Yeah, right.
Come
Oh
on.
man, But yeah, it's interesting. I'm still mixed on guiding. I mean, that's something that I've made the decision,
Yeah.
and with my family and everyone encouraged me. I'm like, okay, and I did it. I'm like, all right.
Well, I mean, you kind of been already walking that path.
Yeah. So, but still, I feel like we all know who's in the room right now. We all know who's in the room. We all know who lives here through the wintertime. And there's guys and guides that don't live here and try to take advantage of like resident opportunities. And I don't know if you guys saw what just recently happened, but something happened with an individual who may or may not have been living in Alaska and just got rung up hard.
I did read that.
I'm not sure what happened with that, but like I don't know if they're setting a precedence, but no idea. Don't know who the individual is, but I know there's people who do that. But
somebody got in trouble.
well, and I think it's you're definitely innocent until proven guilty. So I think it's going through a process, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Because technically, I believe like if you don't qualify, it says 9 months resident. We could bring it up, but 9 months living in the state of Alaska consecutively with intent to remain indefinitely, even if you don't receive benefits.
Oh, with intent?
With intent to remain indefinitely. So after a year of residency, you can apply, get your license and everything. So if you leave and you're gone for more than 3 months.
There's a lot of dudes doing that.
Yeah. Well,
I know a couple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Just met some.
Just
So you to be like a registered or master guide, you don't have to be a resident of the state.
No.
Really?
But if you want to hunt those species, if you're not a resident of the state of Alaska, then you still have to get another contracting guide to guide you.
Oh,
That's how that works.
okay. Right. That makes sense.
So there must be some sort of like loophole there.
Yeah.
Where you can say you're with the resident guy.
Yeah, like
guide
you
who
can't-
lives here and has the camp and has the shit.
Yeah, I don't believe you can write your own contract and guide for yourself. Be like, oh yeah, I'm writing myself a contract. Like,
But
doesn't
they'll
happen.
do it. And got it.
I think I was talking to somebody about that recently. It just, there was a guy who was a guide and he was going to hunt sheep, but he needed a guide to guide him
Yeah. Because he wasn't a resident.
because he wasn't a resident,
Right.
Yeah. Well, he's doing it right then.
which is good. And so, speaking of like the sheep problem, like killers are going to kill. There's people are going to be doing stuff. I mean, like second degree of kindred. I could say something real controversial right now.
You're on
Real
a roll, man.
controversial.
You're on a roll.
let's hear it.
Second degree kindred goes away, at least for sheep.
I think it should go with some sheep.
What other state allows us to go down there
Yeah.
to do that? Gone.
Oh, it's
Yeah, no way.
At least
And
for sheep.
It's crazy because it's like, okay, well, you can't bring your cousin who you've been, hunting with your whole life. Maybe they lived here.
Yep.
But you can bring your your brother's wife's brother, right? Brother's wife's brother. You could bring. So like,
What? You can't bring your cousin, but you can bring your brother's wife's brother?
right? Cause
Your brother-in-law?
your wife's brother's. Yeah, your wife's brother.
Yeah,
you
your
can
wife's
bring
brother.
your wife's brother.
Your brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your wife's
Your
brother, sorry.
brother-in-law is more than the cousin? Than direct family?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can bring.
Okay, but it has to be like brother or sister or father or son, right?
Or-
like it doesn't extend to the cousin
no, but it extends in the in-law.
in law.
That's the in-law.
Yeah, I can pull him up, though.
So I didn't explain that right. The in-law
Yeah.
you can bring.
Yep.
So that's crazy.
You got that.
Like say that like, your sister moves to like Florida and then marry some dude.
Yeah.
And then you can take him to go kill sheep, but you can't like bring your cousin that you've been hunting with your whole life.
Yeah, second degree of kindred means father, mother, brother, sister, son, daughter, spouse, grandparent, grandchild, brother or sister-in-law, son or daughter-in-law, father or mother-in-law, stepfather, stepmother, stepsister, stepbrother, or stepdaughter. Does not say anything about a cousin or a step-cousin.
Yeah, you can't bring the cousins.
No cousins.
Stepbrother.
Not even kissing cousin. Can't even.
I guess it could be a cousin if it's also your in-law.
Oh, no.
But I just think that's crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
somewhat. That is like that.
The letter of
by
the law?
including the in-law is so far away from
Removed.
actually like blood relatives.
Yeah. And so what people have said to me, like, yeah, well, you're just saying that because you're a guy. I'm like, have you not been listening to me for the last, like, I don't know, since I got really involved? Like, yeah, that needs to go away. No, come on. The people who live here through the winters who are real Alaskans deserve it more so even than the guy who's paying $30,000 or $50,000.
Yep.
We go out and we're competitive. Okay, we can be competitive. Not going to do some shady stuff and scare stuff off like other guides or this or that. Like that, we know the stories, we've seen it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I heard about it.
But there is competitive practice. Okay, not scaring sheep off. That can happen to us, but it doesn't matter. It's like, all right, well, better get a better spot next time or hike harder, whatever. But I just feel that way that Alaska residents should have first priority, first and foremost, 100%. Like if you get to PFD and you stay up here and you're here through that dark, cold, windy
Hellacious
winter.
winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spending your money.
Yep.
Spending that cheddar.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should have the shot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or you
That's
should
one
only if
thing.
you have a dividend.
What part?
Only if you get a dividend.
Yeah.
Only
That to me qualifies
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Boom.
That works for
Like,
me.
you're a resident if you get a dividend.
Yep.
Like, we all just filled out our applications not but a couple weeks ago, right? And it strictly says, have you been gone for this long? Have you been out of state?
More
Are
than
you
90
in
days.
Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, hey, man, that should just be the qualifier.
Yeah.
That's-
What do you think about registered and master guides having to be residents?
So I asked about that.
Yeah.
Through the advisory committees where I'm like, hey, like these guys should be able to do that. That's why I knew the answer to, registered guide. If you're a registered guide from another state, you can't go unless there's another registered guide that
Right.
writes you a contract.
No, I mean, just
Same vice versa. If you want to go get an elk in Utah,
Yeah.
you're going to have to go.
Well, I don't know about, I can't talk too tough about elk in Utah, but landowner tag, I'm still exploring that.
Yeah.
All that.
It's a whole different conversation.
What was the question? Sorry.
You know, just like the Hill Corp now has the North Slope, right? And they encourage everyone that works there, and they're trying to hire only Alaskans, right?
Yeah.
You know, so Alaskans work and spend their money here,
Yep.
right? It's because they're taking a resource, a job. And the same thing, like guides are out there using a resource, and a lot of them don't live here, or some.
Yep.
What do you think about a rule being where they'd have to be a resident of Alaska to be a guide?
So I believe that violates the intercommerce like rules and regulations where you can go between state to state to do different jobs. You can't hire on there's also laws. What are those laws? OSHA? No, this is
Department of Labor?
departmental. You can't hire on based on biases and different things.
That's
Title IX.
discriminative.
Discrimination?
I don't know. I've been self-employed for a long time, real independent operator. I haven't had to think about any of that. But I just know that intercommerce, the rules with the intercommerce. You can't prevent someone from coming up and guiding. However, you can charge them much more for their guide license. Like
Sure.
their guide license costs a couple $1,000s versus ours is I don't know, about $1,000.
Okay.
And an assistant guide's about $500.
Okay.
So that you can get charged double. But I'm like, all right, well, how's this? Let's hike those prices up, buddy.
Yeah.
Or they have to send their brother to live here.
Right?
Yeah.
Or their brother-in-law.
They have to have someone guide them.
The one that's absolutely not blood related at all gets to hunt.
It's to live here.
Yeah. So I don't know what I believe they're trying to keep the regulations seems like more simple. And so instead of just being like, okay, no second degree kindred for sheep because they're having a hard time. Like no second at all. And then we've got people who want to come up and hunt moose and cool. But with all those species, you don't need a guide.
Right.
So you could come up and take them out, buy their tag. And then that's the whole argument, I believe, that I've gotten back from people like, oh, you're just saying that because you're a guy. I'm like, no, I'm saying it because there's a detriment. And what are we going to do? We're going to end up like the lower 48 and not have an opportunity at all for the local residents? Like, start picking off the easy things.
Yep.
Second degree kindred, like I've looked at some of them, especially the area that I'm guiding, where I'm like, all right, who's killing sheep? I'm like, okay. Last few years, there's been non-residents killing them, and there's not a guide in there.
Right.
Okay. Out of this X amount of sheep, non-residents are getting X amount of the percentage. I'm like, what's going on here? So if they're getting, 10% of the sheep, 20% of the sheep, and it's not a tag area, okay, that's 20% more for the residents.
Yeah.
So you're saying there'd be 100% more in 5 years?
So if you do that math to the X degree here, I gotta think. I mean, I don't know how exactly that's gonna play out, but I just know there will be more sheep, and I've looked at several different areas.
Yeah.
Where I've been looking to guide.
Okay, so walk us through that. Like, first of all, someone becomes a guide, and then what are the options? In my mind, I'm thinking you can go work for some other outfitter and go be a guide for them. But if you want to go on your own, that's probably a whole nother process where you're trying to squeeze in somewhere, where there's already some other. It's like trying to be another guide on the Kenai, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, you can do a little bit of both. You've done it right. You're still homies with the homies.
Gotcha.
And the ones who treated you right and you treated them right, you did your job well. I'm still tight with all of my, homies. I call like Tim Bouchard, Ben Stevenson, Eric Lee, Mark Spencer, still tight with all the homies.
Yeah.
We're still, if they need me and I'm available, I go down like I'm guiding goat for Ben, and if Tim needs me, I'll jump in. But I'm going to guide brown bear for Tim this spring, just before the rivers break up. He's like, you want to go? I'm like, yes, sir. So
Your colleagues.
Yep. And then you're just kind of available. And if they're at times where their animals are low or they've got someone that wants something they can't provide, like, hey, can you do it? I'm like, yep, I can take them on. And you just kind of work that way together.
Got it.
But you have to be there. That being said, so there's a relationship portions. Otherwise, you're going to nose into stuff. And some people, that's how they nose in and go hard aground. When you're not doing it right, trying to do it too fast, and you haven't done your research with everybody who's anybody on the surroundings, like knowing the exact area, not just like the animal abundance, but like how to get in there, how to get out, what the optics are, what people are going to see you do, what opportunities you're going to take away, what opportunities you're going to give, because, you're on a river, you're on a mountainside, and here's a guy like us, which residents, and he looks over there and he sees a guide with two bulls, two big, bull moose and 3 caribou or whatever, and they're like, that's why we didn't see anything. They get pissed and they get involved. So you got to think about all this stuff. And when residents are like, I'm going out there, I got 6 days. I don't got 10. I don't got 14. I got 6 days. Really don't want to buy meat from Freddy's.
Yeah, Costco.
Or Costco. It's, and so you gotta think about that, a lot of that. Otherwise, regulations get changed. Like, residents have a big voice. Always have. And then the Board of Game, that's a whole nother ball game. But how you navigate in is you can guide for any other guide still as a registered guide.
You're a contractor.
Yep. So, but in testing, you test for a game management unit. You're only allowed to take 3 game management units per cycle. They offer 2 tests, which is cycle. So,
okay.
But each test that you take is over $400 for each GMU.
So you're choosing a unit.
Yep. And if you
testing
fail
in that unit, but before you even decide to test in that unit, you've had to have done research. Like, is this the unit I want to be in?
100%.
And who else is in here? And who do I know in here? Who do I don't know in here? And how do I get in here and out of here?
Yeah. And then, so basically you've done your previous research.
Gotcha.
And then the test is you got to have a 75% on those GMUs. And there's only like so many questions where you can get like a couple wrong. That's it. You have to be flawless.
Yeah.
And then how long's that good for when you test that area?
It's just once you get it,
It's
you're good forever.
indefinite. Okay.
And so, like with moose, you got to have 3 moose. If you're planning on a guide for moose, you have 3 contracted kills. On contract with the state hunt report, 3 sheep, 3 brownies, 3 mountain goats. So that's just to be able to guide for those species. And then your game management unit, you test for your game management unit, and then each game management unit is broken up into sub-units. And then the sub-units have federal land. It could be a national park, could be a preserve, like Anwar,
Yep.
Where you find this info?
Oh, dude,
Like
it's
the
deep.
map breakup and like who could be there? Is there like
It's a deep dive.
okay?
It's just
not
like-
all in one spot. I'm assuming.
I won't give away it's like where am I gonna guide? It's like it's right central trade secret Alaska.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm gonna be somewhere here, but
Well, I'm not talking about like where you're going to be.
Right.
I'm asking like how do you navigate finding out who else is already there?
the
you got
same information, just like harvest reports. It's available in some
Okay,
real
gotcha.
top secret avenues, or just like that top secret little Bible you guys have over there.
Yeah.
There is ways to pull up individual registered guides. You got to dig
Gotcha.
hard, and they don't
Okay.
make it easy. So you have to do all of your research. And as you do your research, like we were talking about kids earlier,
Yeah.
our kids, like I have felt, and talking about shows, this is kind of interesting. Like when do you guys watch shows? You had your knee surgery and different times. When do you watch these shows? With taking this test, like I don't get nervous. Like when I go and do anything before a high school football game, sure. But first hit, you're ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Get it
know,
out of your
drop
system.
of the puck, let's go. But on this one, I'd wake up, dad instincts kick in. You guys know, like wake up, patrol the house, like, wait, there is somebody coming down the road, like your dad. And I'm like, okay, now I can't sleep. Okay, I'm going to sit here and study. So I'd like watch a show at like 2:30 to 5 a.m. and then try to go back to sleep. Like, nope, not happening. Time to go to the gym. Go to the gym.
Yeah.
Get back and then just be wrecked. I'm like, oh my gosh, hi kids, hi guys. Okay, go ahead. So like, yeah, that kind of that whole deal just even takes exam. There's a lot of like built up pressure because a lot of people fail. They don't just go right through and pass all 8 or so exams right off the get go. And like, there's a lot of guys that I know that just, oh yeah.
Pass this.
How'd you
pass
do?
this, miss
I see
that.
him like, how'd you do? He's like, yeah, we caught up. Like, nope, I'm taking another one, like, damn, passed one, didn't pass the other. And there's several different people I've talked to over the years. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Because they'll get you on questions like this. Has Calgan Island always had a native moose population?
A lot of trivia this trip. I'm going to say yes.
Where the fuck is that?
Calgan. Exactly.
you don't even know?
I don't know where
No,
Calgan Island
I
is
do.
either.
Southeast?
No, it's right across from the Nilchik Anchor Point. It's
Oh,
a strip
yeah,
island
yeah,
in the inlet.
Yep.
Man, I say yes. I'm probably wrong. I mean, did they take them over there? Or did they swim over there? I don't know. I'm going to say yeah.
I think no.
I'm gonna say no.
You both are correct.
Register me, dog.
But
Register
however-
Ah, here's the stamp, baby.
So you have a challenge. You have a challenge sheet. So you can challenge a question. I'm
So
I'm
throw
looking at it. I'm
throw
like,
the red flag,
yeah.
like challenge.
Oh
it.
man, I was throwing red flags all over that classroom, bud.
It's
I
like
was actually the last one in there. Well, there may have been one other guy, but yeah, everyone had left and finished. But I'm reading it. I'm like, I memorized it. I know all this. Calgan Island is not in my unit, but it says you have to know everything. Your unit and the bordering unit. I'm like, and it changed. Calgan Island changed. So I'm like, who's to say that this introduced population of moose, there wasn't a native population?
Right.
How deep in time do you want to talk about before it broke?
Yeah.
So
Oh, you went.
I went deep.
Oh, like that. You can challenge the actual
Tinfoil
legitimacy
hat.
of the answer.
And
You win it?
well, yeah. Yeah. I passed.
Furthermore, in 1682, they recorded a bull moose track.
Yes. Right.
Now, what happens if you get the challenge wrong? You just go straight to the box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You get a penalty.
No,
Yeah.
no. They just, okay, yeah, I was wrong. Sorry. Your challenge. You have to hand
And
it.
furthermore,
Yeah.
You should get 2 points.
No, I don't know. They said, no, you passed all your tests. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, okay. But every single one, I did some critical thinking and talked it out.
so did you prove them wrong that there was an actual at one
They
point?
don't give you, they don't
Yeah.
tell you what you got wrong.
Yeah, I just always know there was like tags available on that island, and I'm like, fucking man, I don't know if I really
And it was
want
like,
to go hunt a moose over there. But
yeah,
like,
furthermore, what guide operation is going to go over and stake up Calgan Island? That's like a postage stamp,
yeah,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean,
So,
Do you get like a cert or something? They give you something official?
oh, dude, ref with a whistle. Oh, 100%. You know,
Yeah.
the state. Yeah. I got my guide number. You might have to do a beep, though.
Oh, we won't beep. Oh, I don't have a beep.
No beep?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good one, though.
But they don't give you actual like
yeah, they give you
license,
like
a form,
yeah, they
something,
give you a
send you
printout.
something. Okay.
You are official baby carrot swinging.
Do you have to carry it in the field?
Ooh,
No.
good question.
You know, like your hunting
Yeah.
license. Let me see that.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
Well, you got to
didn't
have.
sign it.
Actually, that was another question on there. But yeah, like assistant guides have to have their license in the field.
Oh, okay.
100%. Registered guide. In one ear, out the other. I have all of my paperwork where I've got all of my business license. I have everything very pertinent to me and made copies, and they come with me.
Oh, okay.
All of my certs.
Bring the file.
Oh yeah,
Ziploc
Bring the
bagged
file.
up, waterproof.
you know it.
Vacuum sealed.
OtterBox.
You shrunk it
Otterbox.
down
He's
to a
a
piece of paper
Pelican
this
box,
big.
and
Pelican
it's,
case.
and it's handcuffs to my persons.
Calls it the file.
Yeah, and then your hunt reports. That's another thing. Then you then you have to request your hunt file records. You only get 50 at a time.
Yeah.
And if you lose them, big deal.
Don't lose those.
Oh yeah, big deal. Got to write a thing to the state, get new ones issued. It's a serious deal.
Oh.
Those hunt records are confidential.
Do they ask you if you've read every page in the Rampages book?
No. And they don't like let you like make a call out for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or whatever. You get one
Phone a
call like
friend.
Yeah.
Lou Bradley. Lou Bradley. Please pick up. I sent him an email a month later.
Do you know how Lou answers the phone too? Lou Bradley. This is Lou Bradley. Like man, just classic old dudes, man. They're just
Dude, he carried
full
his
named it.
rifle in the plastic case up the mountain.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Straight
Jack
out.
City.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so built for an
Yeah.
old man, dude. So built.
You think he's on HGH? You think he's
Oh,
on, like
man.
you think he's on that you think he's on that test trip?
I don't know, man. He's still
Yeah,
doing like
dude.
20 pull-ups, man.
Like
He's a
peptides?
bad motherfucker.
Have you seen his
Something,
gym?
I
personally got to see
went in there?
the workout area.
Did it smell like a middle school locker room? Like
I couldn't.
isn't that was no, it was high school. Just real
Yeah. I think it was
like a
both.
lot like a hockey locker room, musty.
Yeah.
Not really. It just was really worn out, old and chrome. Like everything was shiny.
Oh yeah.
Versus like,
I would think black
gunmetal.
and rusty.
Yeah, no, and it was all real like it was all
Could
loose.
use some WD.
Just could maybe use a few bolts to hold it into the floor and some other. Though he's got a regimen and he's got his stairs and he does his thing and he walks his miles and does his pull-ups. I'm like,
He's a bad dude.
yeah,
Man.
he's somebody to look up to for sure.
Have you read the whole book though?
The gluteals. I haven't read the whole book, but I've skimmed it a couple 3 times hard.
Yeah.
You see his his pants, like his belt loops are fighting for their life, like up there,
Right?
like the top. I'm like, what exercise are you even doing to do that?
How are your
Jeez,
hips
his
so jacked?
calves.
What would you say if I recorded an audio book of his
Oh, legendary. Yeah.
and put it out?
That'd be sick.
What if
I would just read the book and then
so
you
you
could
would
play
be
it in
the
your
what do you call that when you?
the orator,
Yeah, you do have a good order, like excellent order
Yeah,
voice.
you'd be good.
and then I would just
Oh,
read
do
it,
the
read the whole
shit,
book,
dude.
and then it'd all be whatever 12 hours or probably a lot longer
In
actually.
about 40 years, Lou
big
might
book.
get his money back on his books if we did that.
Well, this way it might make a little money.
Yeah.
Take a while though.
You
That'd
got
be
to get
sick.
out on Audible.
Mm-hmm.
Make
I
it an
have to
Audible
record it all
original.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're rather intimidating. I'm like, damn, it's like one book is like a Bible.
Oh yeah.
And there's 3 of them. And 2 more coming. So there's going to be 5.
I wrote an article for that book.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but
Nice.
for one of the new ones.
One of the 4 or 5? Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
but I told him I might have to make an adjustment because it was my journey into where I'm at, and now
You have to.
I'm a registered. Now
Yeah,
I am
you gotta
registered.
tell the
guy for
end.
thick. Yeah,
Well, not the end, but there's more.
so I don't
maybe
know
you
if,
should
if,
do
if
one
he'll
of-
even publish it, but I submitted it. And he said, "Yeah, you just need to. If you need an adjustment, just send it in." What's the deadline? He's like, "If I give one to you, you probably won't do it." I'm like, "Oh." Or you won't get around to it or something like that, like some Jedi stuff. I'm like, I better get that.
So in other words, you want it tomorrow morning. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it. I'm
You
working
got
on it.
looted.
Yeah, lewd.
Some Jedi shit.
Oh, dude.
That's awesome.
Yes, you will get it done.
How many times have you been to his house?
He did the podcast
4 or
there.
5. He lives.
He did your podcast
yeah.
there, didn't you?
Yeah, real close together.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Which episode? Because you got...
I don't know. I've only got a fistful because Landon, he
Yeah.
had a kid. I started on this journey. I'm like, the mental capacity, raising children, the eye contact, the focus. You can't do it if you're just doing everything all at once.
totally.
You can't do it
No
all
way,
good.
dude.
So like, I just let a
Yeah.
lot of things go, focused up on this goal, got it done.
Yeah.
I had so much stuff that I still do, just sitting on a hard drive in a timeline, ready to go. Other stuff that's all laid out, but I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Because now, what am I doing? I got 2 steel drums in the back of the truck and a truck full of about $800, $730 at Costco. Just spent $8,000 on peak refuel meals. So like now I'm focused up on this, you know, like, yeah. Well, hey, got.
Is there any new flavors
Yeah,
coming
we're
out?
loaded
They got
up.
a new flavor?
Now I'm actually just prepping.
Yeah,
Steel drums
right,
are for
yeah.
burying the yard.
For the Connex.
I know the F-150 shiny, though, man. You got that thing cleaned up.
Sudsy salmon, dude.
Sweet.
Got that?
Hey, no
Yeah.
free ads.
It's
They get 1 for free. You need to send them an email and let them know.
that was a
to give us
freebie.
call.
All
One
right,
freebie.
Sudsy, you
One
got it.
for-
You got it. Okay. You got it.
So, yeah, moving on. The next thing is like when these guys get to camp.
Yeah.
I'm not taking too many. I'm taking a couple of moose hunters, a couple of sheep hunters, and then this year I'm guiding for some other people. But I should be up in my area killing bears. But I don't have anybody that wants to go that far on something that's like I don't bait there, which would really help the population. But I bait in a different spot, and I have been for a long time.
Yeah, maybe a little more logistically friendly.
Yes, yes, a lot more logistically friendly.
Yeah.
So
Baiting's a mother effort, dude.
yeah, so but I've had several bear baits for over 10 years now
Oh, yeah.
that are just like I show up and I put the food down and like I could sit there day one. There's bears that are visiting it right now. I just
They're
gotta
resident bears that have been coming for years.
raise them as cubs. So
Yeah.
I'm just, I didn't, yeah. So like, I'll see you, buddy.
Raising
So they
cubs
come
at the
and
bait
they go, "He's here." Just like, yeah. So instead of booking a bunch of bear hunters this summer, which, you know, I'm going to take out a few friends that I've promised over the years. I'm like, hey, when I get it, I can write you a contract. It'll be affordable. So we can do that.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's cool.
And then if they don't kill one, I don't feel bad at all, you know. But they're gonna get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's their
Yeah,
choice.
yeah.
Their choice.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
you can't guarantee success, but they're gonna have opportunity or see
Yeah.
bears at least.
Yeah.
And the price is right. So instead of doing a whole bunch of bear activity this summer, I've been dialing in my camp. So like all of my camps are already packed, all of the gear, all the equipment set up, taken down, and like all there. So as I continue on and get like the logistics perfect and I feel good about everything, like maybe I'll take on a couple more people, but like I haven't even booked into 2025 yet. I don't think that's fair to hunters. I don't think that's fair at all because the animal population crashed and I'm not just going to jump around.
Yeah.
Need to figure it out, but that's why you got your homies, your fallback, and having a little bit of time available instead of making yourself just too spread out thin.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you set
That's
your
cool
you
that
set
you
your
do
you
that.
set your parameters.
Yep.
Because I remember you hit me up or put something out that you had one more
Yeah.
opening or somebody canceled or something, and
Yep.
I mean that got filled quick.
I mean, immediate. So that's
Nice.
if you look at my website, it hasn't changed. Like my social media, I haven't posted anything. I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm focused on family because all of a sudden it's going to come and I'm going to be gone.
That's right.
It's not like, okay, I went and killed a sheep on the opener, did my job, and I just got paid for the next 9 days and I'm home and then leave. So I'm trying to get in that family time, make sure everything's just perfect. As perfect as can be. And then...
so you can leave without too many worries.
Yes. And so when it's all set up, we can't do too much about the weather, but that's built in. And then, like, this is going to be fun. Have you guys seen those new pumps? Those, like, little showers where it's like...
The solar shower?
Yeah, no. There's, like, a little pump. I won't get... Hey, no free ads.
No. We could talk about gear.
Okay. Well, there's some equipment that you can get where it's like a shower, like a hose that comes off, and it's about the size of that hard drive there. And you charge it up USB, and then you have like a little water heater. You can plug that into a USB or a generator. And just put it into a little tub of water.
Yeah.
Heat it up. And you got like a portable lightweight shower.
Nice.
You put it up, so you got a hot shower.
Ooh,
I mean,
game changer.
I mean, you probably wouldn't be taking that on a sheep hunt, but at base camp, if you're in base camp and you got that in your back,
Oh yeah.
and you've been drinking,
Especially for you if you're out there for so many damn weeks.
yeah,
Dude, you got to wash the pits once in a while, man.
yeah, I do the baby white bath, but like
That
that's
doesn't
good,
get
and like
good
getting in
enough.
that cold plunge. You go do the push up,
Oh, yeah.
and you do the fish in the water. You get out,
Oh yeah.
The seal?
Yeah.
you get out, you're shaking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're like me, just like a walrus, just sliding off a rock, getting into the water, slithering in.
This water ain't even cold.
By day like 8 or 9, dude, I gotta like wash my hair.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least stick it in some water, if anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, just get a little.
Oh, it's nice to, wash your hands after a while too. Like,
Yeah.
after you just shoulder deep in a moose or
Oh, God.
a sheep
Yeah,
and you
wash
smell
your
it.
elbows, for Christ's sake.
It's weird. I like to pick out that, sometimes to leave a little bit of like blood, like right here where you can't really get.
Yeah,
And
get
you're
the clot.
sitting there.
Pick that clot out
Yeah,
later.
and you're
Oh, yeah.
taking a knife and you're just like manicuring. You're sitting there by the fire.
Oh, yeah.
Carving that clotted blood out of your fingernails.
Yeah.
And your cuticles.
Yeah.
Let me see
Off the
that first
calluses.
finger of yours.
Oh, these guys?
I could see you've been cutting it out. You cut.
Oh, I cut a little too much off. You guys haven't seen those?
That one
These little
fingernail
fish
is
sticks?
just gone
What's
now.
going on there?
Oh, dude, I got frostbite when I was 2 years old.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Your
These.
fingernails almost don't exist.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
three
This
over there.
one kind of doesn't. That one turned
For people
into a mutant.
listening, just think Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, straight up, dude. Dude,
Little ooze
the
on
gecko hand, dude. This is all state receiver hands, pal. These some bitches didn't drop a pass.
Oh no.
Yard them in.
Just all fingertips.
All gum. You got all gum.
You got that point of contact.
Highly sensitive. It's got the shape of a suction cup.
Oh, yeah.
Or amphibious.
I reckon those are cheater hands, bud.
Yeah, we gotta get those checked, man.
He just goes out to the left side and just throws the left hand up.
Oh, this is my strong hand. This is one ripped jerseys. Don't let me get you with a strong hand, bud.
Look, after looking at those fingernails,
horse collar.
I don't even want us to ever shake hands with that hand. Like,
Well, this is a left hand. It's a strong one. You wouldn't want to.
no, let's all go right hand on that.
We'll be right back. Let's take a break. Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters and outdoor enthusiasts with the highest quality gear and equipment since they opened their doors in 1963. Barney's carries exclusive brands such as Alpaca Rafts, Sitka, Sims, Exo Mountain Gear, Hilleberg, and much more. Barney's prides themselves with keeping a huge stock on hand of various top-of-the-line tents, footwear, sleeping bags, optics, cross-country skis, just to name a few. Barney's is also the exclusive retailer of Montana Knives, Seek Outside, Kafaru, Stone Glacier, and their in-house brand, Frontier Gear of Alaska. Barney's has a superior selection of top-rated boots, sleeping bags, dry bags, mountaineering gear, electronics, and accessories. Need freeze-dried food or mountain snacks? They got that too. Barney's now has an amazing new paperback catalog available for in-store pickup or online order. Visit them today at barneysports.com, or even better, stop by the store in Anchorage at 906 West Northern Lights. If you want the best, there's only one name in the game, Barney's Sports Chalet.
Alaska Mining and Diving Supply, located in Anchorage for 47 years, has expanded 3 stores. The main store, the largest Skidoo sled dealer in North America, also has Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Climb, Suzuki outboards, Honda outboards, generators, and snowboards,
Kingfisher boats, and so much more. Alaska Motorsports and Equipment just next door, which was previously Anchorage Suzuki Arctic Cat, for all your Arctic Cat, Suzuki ATV, Husqvarna, Generac, Mahindra tractor, and now Argo Pro and Sasquatch needs. And to round it out, also next door, the brand new Alaska Mining Superstore, for the largest selection of recreational and light commercial mining equipment anywhere, period.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaska public lands, waters, and wildlife. From national level policy work to engagement with boots on the ground projects from Kotzebue to Ketchikan. BHA performs public land cleanups, hunting and fishing clinics, and community education to help take your game to the next level. BHA's community-minded goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping wildlands wild and fostering the next generation of sportsmen and women for years to come. Make sure to follow BHA Alaska for upcoming events, local brewery pint nights, and more. Stand up for Alaska public lands and waters by supporting the Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. Join us today at backcountryhunters.org.
The Treehouse AK, your one-stop dispensary located at 341 Boniface Parkway. When you pull up to the Treehouse, you'll notice the beautifully hand-drawn art by Alaska's own Ted Kim. Once you get inside, you're going to see many of the same people that have been there since they opened. The bud tenders know you and what you like and what new product you should be checking out. The store is super clean and the music's always on point. The Treehouse and local owner Josh Boots is a staple in the cannabis culture through his music, community givebacks, and a lifetime desire to bring the people of Alaska the best products available. The Treehouse always has at least 25 strains available, and they're all shown prominently deli style in clear, openable jars so you can see and smell your options. Other products include edibles, concentrates, vape carts, pre-rolls, flour, dab rigs, and anything else you need, they got it. They also have some pretty sick merchandise for sale. Check out thetreehouseak.com, or better yet, stop by the Treehouse today and get started on their loyalty program. Remember, you must be 21 years of age to enter their store. The Treehouse, where the culture lives.
Oh, totally. Got it, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like the binoculars. That is actually the whiskey. You know, they're sneaking it into the game.
And I got some beef with you too, by the way.
Me?
Oh, really?
I love you guys, like brothers.
Let's talk
But
about it.
we curbed our strategy with the damn raffle tickets this weekend, man.
What
Did
do
you
mean?
Did you go get the rifle, by the way?
I'm supposed to get it?
You have
I
the
can.
paper.
I mean,
You said
any
you
one
got-
of us can do it.
Oh, I didn't know I could get it. I'll go get it.
Wait, you
I
guys
thought
got a
need-
gun?
I thought you need the paper.
I mean, not really.
The strategy
Yeah, we
didn't
want a
get
gun.
curbed. I threw like
Last year. We
three
wanted
in
a gun
other
last year,
ones
too.
just to give us a chance. So they
Just what we
all
need.
were in other ones, and they were yellow ones.
To your credit, we still won something.
And
Stacking them up.
to my
We won
credit,
something.
we won something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I'm not denying that part, but we had a plan, and you guys.
I put all of
I'm
my
walking
good
you-
ones-
watching you guys walk around, and you're just like dumping tickets and things.
Because when you go to the yellow, what are you going to...
Yeah, the
None
yellow-
of them are like shareable things.
I went all in. There was a freaking nice Vortex scope
I
in the
put
yellow
So
bucket.
did
in
I.
that.
I put a ton in there,
we put
dude.
tons in that one.
Went all in.
Tons.
I want-
and on the especially the big ones, the red and the blue,
Yeah.
I did
And
what we
look,
were supposed to.
I went all in on glass for us.
And did it work?
No, not
Okay.
this time.
So you guys...
But I-
spread
I
the
but
think
I
love.
we
felt
should
good
be
about
happy
it.
we won one thing. And
Threw one in for the Argo, one in for the tent. Everything else was glass.
I didn't do the tent, but I feel
Well,
like
I thought the tent was a good co-op.
I was.
it would have
I did
been.
the
I
tent.
didn't do
Totally.
any for that.
I
But
did a few in the tent.
mostly all the stuff we agreed on, especially the red and blue ones. But I did
didn't know
throw
we
a
were
few
going
other
in
ones.
rifles because there was a couple rifles I would have thrown in on.
So
I
what
was
did we
like,
win? What is that? A 20?
It's a long range 22. I don't
Which is
remember.
awesome for the kids and
Yeah,
rabbit
it
It
hunting
was.
and
I want to
shit.
say it was like a breakdown.
Oh, was it?
And the case was awesome. That like soft case it
We
came with.
kind of had so much fun that we kind of forgot what we won.
Oh, dude, full. You know, it's full blackout.
Oh,
Oh,
Austin knows,
100%.
dude.
Remember in the
That's-
valley, the one in the valley? Or
Yeah.
probably don't remember, but
I do. Yeah, that was like, holy smokes! This is the first time I've been out in a long time. Food?
That's the
You
first
don't
time I
need it?
met Austin. And I was
You
like,
don't
I
even need
really
it.
like this guy. Get him in studio stat. dude.
Ow.
yeah, it was overboard.
Yeah,
shit.
I had some friends that were there, and apparently, like, you know, you always have a few that are like having fun. You're like, man, those guys are having a lot of fun. I wish I was on that level right now. And then the next day, you're like, I'm glad I was not on that level last night because I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Oh, dude. That takes me 2 days, dude. I just feel better today. I was fucked up.
Oh, man.
NASCAR pit stop. Tuned up.
Dunzo.
My dudes.
Full head down in the house, around the house for 2 days, cowering.
Jack was wearing it on Sunday, man. I walked in.
It was rough.
Homie said you got Tums. I was like, oh, man, I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, bro. I got you.
I was like, I haven't needed Tums since I started intermittent fasting. And I was like, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Dude, it was rough, man.
It was a fun night.
Yeah.
What happened to all the cups and all the bags and all
I didn't even get
Someone grabbed
it's all,
them all.
I put it all in Chad's car.
All right, Chad has them.
Dude, that's what happens. There's cup stealers at that event.
There are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
People are like, oh, this guy's little.
Oh, yeah. Jack knows
Cup
about
Steelers, man.
There's
My
cup
cup
stealers.
gets stolen every year. These guys are a part of it. So
Yeah, so if you
that.
listen
Can't
to
be
this
responsible
against
for
me.
it.
and you get a wild
This
sheep,
time I grabbed all the cups and put them all in one bag
Veteran.
in Chad's car.
you know. Yetis again?
Oh,
Custom
man,
Yetis?
dude,
The
you
bi-
did
the
that?
big
I didn't
one
know
this
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got the big ones?
Because there was a duffel bag on the table, and I put all the bags and all the
that's
cups
our
in
duffel
there.
bag too.
Yeah.
I
And,
walked.
the bag
hey,
with
we
the
got
rifle.
the Yeti, though.
Oh yeah,
We got that
the
45.
Oh, you guys won
Yeah,
that?
Kevin, that's a hookup from the Alaska Waco Sheep Foundation for getting a table.
Nice.
So we got a nice little studio ornament,
Yeti. Yeah, it's
little
really pretty.
road cooler.
Yeah.
We'll probably give it away next year.
So,
The meat party that you missed.
Oh,
Dude, you
yeah.
gotta
When
come out
was
with
that?
the
Where
wifey,
were
dude.
you, bro?
When is
Oh,
the
you
meat
missed.
party?
You're missing the party of the year.
Last week of
The
May-
couples
March.
party.
The Beast Feast?
Yeah.
The Beast Feast. That's exactly what it is. You need, next year, find babysitters, bring the old lady, come have some fun.
100%.
Come get a
good
hotel so
Like,
you don't have
yeah,
to drive
then
back.
get an
and then
Uber.
Uber from the hotel. One of the ones right there
I
on
want to
Spinard.
see your hair a year from now long so you can let it out. Let it down.
Get the old Fashionab shirt out from Nordstrom's. You know what's up.
Dude, just let all this grizzled man meat
No, go
come
out.
out.
Oh, dude, full unbutton with a little hair sticking out.
Dude, I won't
Just
even.
go full Marty.
I won't. I won't trim my nose hairs or my ear hairs. Won't even happen.
Yeah.
That's the
Just
thing
let
now.
it ride.
That's
from
the thing.
now.
Oh, it's time to stop trimming.
No,
It's a thing?
No, like as you get older, I'm like,
Oh,
look
yeah,
at
it's a
those
thing.
nose hairs. Look
Oh,
at you,
bro.
Got spiders
Oh,
crawling at you,
dude.
and ear hairs that are thick.
Did
like
you guys
licorice.
get the as seen on TV fucking razor?
What?
The Brett Favre one?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is that little skinny tip
Dun-dun-dun.
thing.
Dun-dun-dun.
Oh, dude.
The what?
It's
Oh,
money.
it's like a
Yeah, it's like a little it tapers off real long and skinny, and then
I've had one
you
of
get
those
in
before.
the ear
Yeah.
and your nose and
I got
it
the
works.
one by the lawnmower guys that goes in there.
I just fucking yank them, dude, here and there.
Yeah, I like it.
damn.
I like the
Like
pain.
when I'm tired.
Yeah, if you want to wake up,
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, let me just get some.
or just I just didn't perform to my fullest today.
Yeah.
Jack didn't put it on the glass.
Fucking should have scored.
One of the funniest things that I have seen on the mountain, other than getting a mountain mouse and putting it in somebody's sleeping bag when they've had a long hike and they full body cramp. That was probably the worst practical
That
joke.
sucks.
But I was sitting on the mountain and was guiding sheep, and Todd Harney, who's from he's now from Idaho, previous Kuyu guy. Now he's GM of Altair Arms. At any rate, he was on the hunt as a packer, and now he's an assistant guide. And he got a ram that I scouted for him this year, which is really cool, on Snow Machines. I was hunting bears. I'm like, oh, just so happened to be right next to the wintering grounds for the sheep you're hunting, and these are the boys. And he went in first day, killed. I went in first day, killed, and then we came back to my house and had a ram party. It was Eric's clients and my client through Ben. We all just came and hung out, and then went and caught some salmon. It was really fun. And I was back 9 days early. And I was like, hey, I was getting ready to call my wife, and I pull out my phone. And, oh, she's calling. She's like, oh, you need to come to the emergency room. Keeper broke his leg. I'm like, what? So, yeah, that was that.
How do you do it?
Yeah, trampoline park.
Oh no!
At the park. Huh?
Yeah, the Valley
Yikes.
Orthopedics are, they don't allow advertisements. The trampoline park doesn't allow advertisements there, but there's a lot of broken limbs that come from that place. I asked my son the other day, I'm like, hey, you want to go to the trampoline park? And he's like, he just looks at me stone cold. He's like, nope, I'm over it.
The orthopedic owns the trampoline.
Oh,
Maybe.
damn, that'd be fucked.
But so check this out on the hunt. Going back to the nose hair and ear hair things. I was
That's
sitting
what we
there
were talking about.
and there was, we blew it on a ram, but I knew the ram was legal. He was legal on one side, and he was big, but you got to be sure. And we got up, we got in position. I'm like, okay. I put it on the glass. I'm like, yep, he's legal. Go ahead and crawl up. And he just crawled up, laid down, and he walked over an edge. I'm like, where the hell did he go? Where there, he just disappeared, and it was snowing, or it snowed. What the hell? So we took off to try to get up, and he was gone. I'm like, what just happened? Where'd he go? And Todd was glassing at the bottom with the game bags out, you know, like putting the game bag out to tell us where to go. And he just put his hands up in the air and started spinning. I'm like, okay, that's done. Went down. Where did he go? He's like, I don't know. He disappeared over the rise, and I don't know where he went. We were like, oh, okay. So we went up on the mountain. We were trying to circle around him to one of the escape terrain. And we were sitting there, like, where the hell did this ram go? This is weird. He just disappeared. And I like look at Todd, and we're very intimate, very close. Everyone's really tight together near the spotter. And I look at Todd, I'm like,
Literally like this close, right?
yeah, we are like
spotter's
right there.
Bro, your fucking nose
Yep.
hairs. Bro.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, your nose hairs are growing into your mustache. He's like, really? No one's ever told me that before. I'm like, they're like, look, and I don't know why, you know. He like looked at it, and he in the
Would you take a
he's
picture
into
with
his
his
cell
phone?
phone, you know. He's like looked at himself. He's like, oh my gosh, that's really bad. And you're sitting there. And then he's just like, yeah, that is really bad. And he just grabbed like a whole fistful.
no.
And he just started ripping on these things, but it was a tuft, like a full tuft of hair. And his nose was going every which way. Like I'm trying to keep it together to not like blow it on this ram. I'm just trying to keep it together. And his nose is going every which way. And he pulls it out. And it like, oh my gosh, there's like a legit like
A mane? A tuft?
yeah,
of-
like if I was just to grab like a tuft of hair and pull it out, it wasn't that bad, but it was good. And then he had to even it out, so he did the other side. I'm like, you can't. So we're just rolling on the side of the mountain laughing. I'm like, we cannot be this loud, guys. We're not.
We're supposed to be sheep hunting.
Yeah,
You know?
just dying.
He had to get all self-conscious about his nose hairs.
So and ever since I've seen him since, now his like nose is all pristine.
No.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and
all
I'm not
clean.
somebody to like ever like point out like anything, right? But like for some reason we were just sitting there. I'm like, man, your nose hairs are literally growing into your mustache. So
That's when you know it's bad, though. I haven't heard of that.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was rich, and then
And when you're boys, you know,
we're tight.
yeah.
We're
Yeah,
tight.
till you can take it.
Tight enough where like I send him pictures of him like, yeah, these are your rams. When you have somebody who's preseason scouting all winter for you, well, not all winter, but all spring, and then he goes in, finds those rams or one of the rams, murders it, and comes back, and that's his first all sheep he's ever guided on his own
Nice.
in an area that's contested. So yeah, we're tight.
That's
Very
awesome,
tight.
man.
It's funny, and
Great story.
And to close the story out, we came back down. And we went back to camp, like our spike camp. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me! And this guy, Todd, I pointed out when people are like better. I've only been outspotted on a couple of hunts, where I'm like, you outspotted me, and I don't like it because this is his like second time ever hunting doll sheep. Dude's got prized eyes, for sure. And we get back down.
Prized
and-
eyes?
Yeah, he's got prized eyes. Nothing escapes his gaze. I've gone deer hunting with him, mule deer hunting with him. He just picks stuff out.
Just a critter finder.
Oh, dude.
Prized
There's
eyes?
some-
Yeah, he'll pick out a
Always call it
tick
the
on a
eagle
deer's
eye.
butt, for sure. Like he's
He's got prized
eyes,
eyes.
100%.
Prized eyes.
And so we're still up looking, and he's like, I'm gonna go back down and get to camp, and then we see him, and he's got the game bag up spinning. I'm like, son of a bitch, he did it again. So we go run him down. I'm like, it's too late, but the ram just went up to his escape terrain and laid there. Next morning, same pattern. We walked up, And I'm like, we got to seal the deal on this ram for sure. He's going to come down. He ended up not really coming down. He flirted with it, and he stopped, and the client made a great shot after we laid. Butt to cojones, and vice versa, big spoon, little spoon, for hours.
Nuts to
in a
bolts.
rainstorm.
Ooh.
Next to each other to stay warm. And then, he killed that ram. So we got him.
Nice.
All from a tuft
Nice.
to nose hair pluck and some mountain comedy.
You can breathe good. Get that air. You know what I'm saying?
Little trauma bonding.
Yeah,
he
opens it up.
He probably
Yeah, man.
smelt them after that.
Ooh.
Bet he could.
I bet you he could.
That would probably stink.
Smell the perfume.
Oh, he's like, I shouldn't have done that until I got home.
I'm sorry to take that onto a very far tangent.
Yeah, that was a really great story and so visual.
Yeah.
Like I was just envisioning it all because I do some of that sometimes where I just get kind of impatient
You got a
and just
manscape.
go full eye water.
Oh, I pull them
yeah.
out all the time, dude. I love to do
man.
it.
Get a little teary-eyed.
Yeah, man. I do it.
It's always something you can do with your old lady too, because they like to pop zits,
Oh, my
and shave
God.
hair, and do all that shit. You could always task them with
Not mine.
ear
No.
cleanup and all that.
I don't like any
Mine
of
doesn't
that.
like that either.
I mean,
I don't like her to do it
this
either.
is absolutely no joke since we're getting super personal. When I hopped out of the shower this afternoon and got dressed, and my wife was like, "Your fucking ear hairs are gross." I'm like, "Oh my God, you let me out the house the last couple of days like this?" She grabs that little razor, and I let her do it, and she's like, "Oh yeah."
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Really?" I'm like, "Is it that satisfying?"
Does it sound
I
like
mean-
a chainsaw?
Oh, it was so coarse. I was like, "Yeah, old man ear hairs."
Taking the big log
It's
out.
like when you get old, this is gonna be embarrassing.
You get out of that shower, she's going to start catcalling you. Like, hey, boy, what
She
that
goes,
ear
she
hairs
goes like
do?
that with the thing.
Too far. Too far.
Okay, all right.
So
That's hilarious, though. I mean, it needs to get cleaned.
Manscaping is a real thing.
Yep.
None of them neck hairs.
Yep.
You can't see
Father's
it.
Day is coming up.
Yep. That's the Manscaped. That's the one I have. Yep. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
So what's camp look like? Like you show up at camp, what do people see up there?
Well, which camp?
The moose camp.
Oh, Moose Camp's Gucci Camp. So
I love Moose Camp.
Oh man,
It's the best camp.
when you go in, you can go in heavier, but just like a balance. Like this year for Yukon, I mean,
Oh, you guys are boat hunting.
yeah, but I designed a custom boat with my father-in-law Vince.
Mm-hmm.
And just like amen, we're talking about kids, but amen to good men and good fathers.
Oh, yeah.
that will drop everything that they're doing, full concentration, and we're not talking like a couple of days. We're talking 2 weeks of fabbing up a cab on my boat, and we did it.
Hell yeah.
And then we designed it so you could sleep on this boat, hunt from the boat, have the load, and be able to take it out.
Yeah.
So that was pretty Gucci. Just had like a little Mr. Buddy heater in there. He got the
You have a picture of it?
real Gucci camp. Yeah, there should be one on my Insta. It's like one of the only posts I've done the last couple of years.
So are you and Vince are taking the boat down, and then the clients are flying to meet you?
Yeah, well, this one I went into Mark Spencer's camp, and that's where I got my moose for my credentials.
Okay.
So I went down there and met him, and then Vince met us, or up there.
Is it right here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Is that a Woolridge?
Yep. So we got two almost identical wool ridges. They're the same year. His is 2 feet shorter. Mine's 2 feet longer.
How
You guys
how
have to-
long?
20 feet, and his is 18.
Okay.
You have to drag that
Damn, you got
bull
that
out of the
thing in
water
water?
over there?
Yeah, so I ended up I shot a bull where I'm like, yeah, here we go. After I was done guiding 3 moose, I'm like, I met up with my friend. That's my best friend from Philadelphia. I drew the tag, which was cool. Maybe I'm already saying too much on that, but he came up and we finally linked up where he came down with a father-in-law and my other friend Kaleo, and Vince is friends with him too. And
Where's he at in the picture? He's taking
Kaleo-
the picture?
oh no, Kaleo's sitting there on the front of my bow.
Oh, gotcha.
There's Vince in the middle.
Yeah, he's straight up OG. Love that man.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, I ended up meeting up with them, got a moose, and then my friend from Philly's like, he just had a newborn, and he's like, dude, we're waking up tomorrow. This is the first time I've seen him in, I don't know, it's day like 17, and that I'm out there 18. You lose track. My best friend from college, Penn State rugby player. We're Yeah, that's where we met. And he woke up and he said, "We're finding a bull today. We're killing it, and we're going
he was
home."
ready.
And I'm like,
Oh, just calling the play.
"Oh yeah." He's like, "We're finding a bull today. We're killing it. We're going home." I'm like, "Yep, done. Let's do it." Came around the corner, and there was a bull walking. The water was really high, and he was in like a dry lake bed, but it was like 4 feet up. Mm-hmm. So he was just walking with a cow. And I'm like, "Well, yep, he'll do." Wow, shot him. I parked the boat, threw the anchor, or we just beached it. And I'm like, "Hey, get up on top and film this." He's like, "Okay." Walked out, got to the edge, and shot him. He's like, "How are we going to do this, man? Like, we're going to be swimming." I'm like, "Nah, we'll get to him." And so I just idled up and found like a little slough that went in, anchored, or just kicked up, tilted up the motor, trimmed up the motor, and cruised, idle in. We're like 3 feet, 4 feet, idle over to the moose. He's like, "We are so screwed." I'm like, "Don't even worry about this, Playboy. Check this out." He's like, "What are we going to do?" I'm like, "We're going to drag him out of here." Like, "What?" I'm like, "Just take a picture and then we're going to drag him." Like, "Okay. How are we going to lift him up? I can't lift him." I'm like, "I'm in the boat." I'm like, "I got this." I have a little, a come along, steel cable come along, and just tied it to one of I call it my magic mic bar. There's like so you can get in and out of the boat. And you grab it and you swing in. Yeah. So I just like held fast to that, ratcheted him up, got his head up, kinked him up a little bit further, ratcheted him up, tied him off to the boat, idled out, got to the slough, got to the bigger set of the slough, got to the river, went down. Like, yeah, none of these trees are going to work for a game, for a meat pole. None of these trees. He's like, "Where are we going to go?" I'm like, "We're going 15 miles, 20 miles down, bud." And we just idled our way out with this moose. Yeah, with the moose. My father-in-law comes up. It's like, yeah, that's one way to do it. There's a good video of it.
Damn, I bet it helped it cool down.
Yeah.
You got a video of it on here?
Yeah, I think there might be, or there might be a private one. I can send it to you.
You definitely had a video of that, because I've seen it somewhere.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's probably further back there.
Nice black bears right there.
But, so we went up, and then he's like, "Well, how are we going to get it out?" And I'm like, "I got this squared away too, bud. Watch this. You ever seen a chainsaw winch, partner?" He's like, "Chainsaw winch?" He's like, "No way this can work. I mean, this has got 4,000 pounds of torque, pimp. Watch this." We grab that moose. We pull him right up out of the water from the boat, right at this picture. That picture right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pulled him up, diced him right underneath there, no pack out, hung him up. Vince and Claire were like, "Yeah, we're going to keep hunting." So they carried on, went hunting, and we woke up the next morning, and Vince was like, "Well, you guys are probably hitting the road." I'm like, "We are." He's like, "All right, I'm staying till the end of the season." I'm like, "Godspeed. Love you, man." So I saw him for like a total of, 36 hours, and then we're back on the river.
Back at it, baby.
Back at it.
2-day trip back, or?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I didn't see the
4.
video.
4?
4.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's a run.
Yeah.
Send me the video. Did you find it?
Yeah. Oh, man. I can find it right now. But what do the camps look like?
Heard all those stories, too. Those long Yukon runs are just crazy long.
You just got to be prepared to go the entire season.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
Bring
it's like,
shit tons of fuel.
"Oh, yeah, hunting's good."
Yeah.
Well, it can be. I passed a couple of bulls that, like, I thought to myself, "You are a greedy,
Self-check.
stupid idiot. Why did you pass that?" Like, I have footage of moose. Oh, yeah. Here, I'll airdrop this to you. Oh, wait, is this it? Yeah, this is it.
A little head tilt on that one.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, it's a nice bull.
Oh, here's this other one you had. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, client passed that. That was interesting. Who am I airdropping?
It wasn't big enough for him, or what?
Yeah.
What's that, like 58 maybe? Something like
Exactly. That's what I said on the dot.
that? And then what did he end up taking?
Nobody shot him.
Huh?
Nobody shot him.
No, what did the client end up
Oh, he
taking?
ended up shooting a 64-inch 4x6 all-time Booner Whopper.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet.
Yeah, he got validated, and then he passed another mid to late 60s or mid 60s, probably 64 to 66, 3x3 ancient Ripple Palm bull. He passed that one, and then it was day 2.5. So I just found a good spot, was there at the perfect time,
Yeah.
and then I hunted and passed a few bulls. So I've got this airdrop ready to go. Who am I doing this to?
You know, I
Daniels.
can watch that a million times, and it's fascinating every single time. Anybody gets a really good video of a big swaying bull.
Oh yeah.
I mean, is that just one of the most prettiest things? I know a bugling elk and like that whole, you know, mountainside view, which I've never seen, must be epic.
Yeah.
You know, just seeing a big giant, you know, monarch of a big elk. But I mean, when a big bull just comes in, just glucking like that,
All slow
and you
and
can see his
confident.
breath, and then their chest muscles are all just like jacked out.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just hard to say there's anything more magnificent.
Yeah.
Maybe a gargantor brown bear that's strutting down the beach might be the next.
Yeah. Or
Greatest-
a gorilla.
Yeah, or a big silverback, just insane. But just saying, like, that is a sight of like
To behold.
Oh yeah.
pure, just what a beast, man.
So that moose right there that he passed, this is really funny. Like, he comes in and he lost his hearing aids. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, he is 58 wide. He's this by this, you know, like 4 by 3 or 3 by 3. He's like, and then he's coming, and I'm like, get behind me. And like, so what we did, I knew that there was a bull there. I'd seen the rakes, like, and him crossing. I'm like, I know he's here.
Yeah, sign was
He is
everywhere.
here. He's not coming to the call. He's not standing up. He's not doing anything. I'm going to challenge his ass. This is the only way. This is how it's got to be done. He's on a teardrop. So sometimes he'll be on these little teardrops.
Off the river there.
Yep.
Like
So like
little
a,
spits.
yep, like a not quite an oxbow, but like they'll do these tight turns, and on these sloughs. And this is good technique. They'll go to the end of those sloughs and then they'll walk across, like on those
least path of
teardrops.
resistance, right? Like
Yep.
less water to cross.
Yeah, and just pinch points, and they're going from one place to the next, depending on vegetation and the terrain. And I'm like, okay, the wind is doing this. I've called for this bull right here, and he hasn't responded. I know he's here, or there's multiple bulls here. I can see the tracks. I'm like, there's multiple here. I can smell them, and we're downwind. So I'm like, I can smell them right here, but the wind is coming this way. So if we go around this teardrop and come around like this cup right here, or this koozie. So we're here, and it's tight right here. I'm like, he's got to be right here because I can smell him. We're right here. I can smell him. Well, we're going to come around and come to the tip right here and challenge him and walk straight in on him, because if we walk right this way, we're going to spook him. We can sneak in right here. And then we sneaked in, and I call. When I say sneak, I call when I walk in. I'm just loud. People are like, are you kidding me? I'm like, "Ruh, ruh." I just grunt and walk. Slow,
Scrape.
wait, listen, scrape.
Yep.
And even like rain gear, that doesn't seem to bother him. So I walk in. We get in there. I'm like, did you hear that? And he's like, no, he can't hear. He's
Oh,
he's dead.
right. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's a bull. Get behind me. Like, go
You
ahead
hear
and
it
load
cluck?
one. Jack one in. Turn your scope down. And get him all ready. Scope cover off. He's like, okay. So he's coming in. I'm like, okay. He hung up right here, but I could see him. I'm like, we're going to challenge him. We got to walk a little bit more. He's like, okay, come here. So we're walking. I can see his antlers. And he's, no shot. And I just put up, the classic
Paddle.
call. Rich and rare bottle
Oh.
with the bottom cut off. A little electrical tape with some 550 cord. Buddy, I've iced more bulls with that call.
R&R?
Oh man, that's the juice right there. Now,
Nice.
That's a freebie too. No sponsor on that one. But
Oh, you have to pat and pin that.
so I go in, and here he comes. He stops. So I rake, and he comes and he stops. What the hell? So I show him my hand. I show him this rake, and he's just like, and then he just locks in. Then he's doing the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that full sway off.
Oh yeah, he's like, all right, I'm walking out in the swamp. I'm gonna show you. I'm letting it out. Look at this. He comes out and he's 12 yards. And he just looks, and he looks at us, and I'm like, hey, you can shoot. He's legal if you want to shoot him. This is what he is. He's like, okay. And like, I'm looking at him, and I've got my rifle next to me, and I'm calling. I'm doing the moose dance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I look over because this moose, like he comes alert where he's doing a sway, and he looks at us and he stops and he looks. He's like, I'm like, okay, he's either going to lower his head and take us right now, lay us out,
Full charge, yeah.
or he's going to turn and run. And my rifle was just right here, and I jacked one in, but it was on my shoulder. I was busy working this bull. And I look over at the client when the moose turned and spun and ran away. Just, I look over at him. He is straight up with he's got, he's a mid 70s-year-old man. He's got these big old veneers. These white veneers. He's doing this number. His gun isn't even, it's not even up to his shoulder. He's just doing this. I look at him, I'm like, oh. He's like, that was awesome. I'm like, I know why that bull ran away. All he saw when he came around the corner was teeth.
Yeah.
Just shiners.
Yeah, the biggest chiclets. The biggest, like Mr. Wilson in Dennis the Menace. Chiclets. Just. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, dude, that could have been bad. Because, I mean, he was 12 yards. He was in this room.
Oh, my
I'm like,
God.
okay.
Oh, shit.
And then he passed another bull. And I'm like, okay, buddy. I know this is day 2, but I need you to draw me a picture. Meanwhile, his son with us, we went out, and then we were going up, and there's a bull. Went over, shot it, 62 4x4. Sweet. Okay. And then that night, the dad passed a mid-60s bull. I'm like, dude, okay. You're going to have to tell me what you want. He said, what would you have done? So I start showing him photos of, like, my old moose that I've killed. I'm like, would you shoot this one? He's like, well, I don't know. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. I'm like, well, how big is it? I'm like, that was 58. That bull was 58. That's what we just like, oh, man, I don't know. Pretty early in the hunt. I'm like, well, what do you want? Big and beautiful. Lots of tines everywhere and lots of fronts. I'm like, okay, can you draw me a picture? Just draw it. And he's like my son's, but bigger. I'm like,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that one that we saw was bigger than your son's, but he was what I would shoot is ancient, ripple palmed, gnarly.
Yeah,
bull.
just no tips
And
on him left.
Just rounded, just huge. I'm like, probably one of the biggest spotting moose I've ever seen. And he's like, okay. So the next day we were going up, and I had a big game plan. I'm like, guide, hunt instinct kicks in. I'm like, nope, I'm going back over here. Went over, we pull in. I'm like, yep, that's your bull. Shoot that one. I'm coming off a step. I'm gonna park it on the beach. We're gonna stop. Everyone's gonna be calm. Everybody be calm. You're gonna get steady, and then you're gonna take the shot. Okay. Okay. Now all of a sudden you can read lips real freaking good. And he's like, "Is he big?" Yes. Shoot. So you got steady. Okay. Bull goes to walk away. And here's the other tip. In the boat when you're hunting like that, sometimes, pro tip, rich and rare bottle, and then you bring on the boat so you don't even get your scent on the ground. You just bring a little rake, just a little branch with you so you can sit there. Everyone be real quiet. So you don't got to even do anything.
That's good for rafting, too.
100%.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there. So,
It's so quiet.
Yep. It was, all right, nobody's moving. Dead steady, dead set. Zow. Shot him in the nose. He made a real good follow-up shot, which is good. And then he went down, and it was just a whopper.
Wow.
Yep.
You got a picture of that one over there?
Yeah.
Is this the video we're going to watch?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's watch the video first.
There's my father-in-law narrating.
Oh, yeah. And then... Oh, that's a little weird. Okay.
It's just a moose being dragged.
Hey.
I'm surprised it's not pulling the boat more.
Dude, it tracked perfect.
Yeah, he tracked really well, man.
Wall Ridge, buddy.
That's how you do it.
Badass.
Man, that's awesome.
So badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody listening, you got to tune into YouTube and watch this video.
Yep, we're at about a minute 28, or an hour 28.
That's awesome.
I don't.
That's what that is? Yeah.
What a cool looking area, too.
I don't even know what was said. So sometimes I don't post it. I don't want to watch this whole thing again.
Oh, it was great. It was funny.
Yeah. Those moments are just priceless. We'll never forget it. It's burned in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
My father-in-law, at least, it was cool for him to see. Because we designed this and did it's a family boat, but it's perfect for everything. And then to see that and me coming around the corner, he's like, "Oh no shit, nice!"
The icing on top, so to speak, was there's already a rack on the top of the boat.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's it's like fucking moose.
Yep.
Moose boys.
Yep.
Sick, man.
That's the other pro
You guys
tip.
are making some memories out there.
Oh, 100% every season. That's what it's really about. Racking or whatever. It's just a physical representation of the memories that were made. No matter
Well
where they're
said,
at.
Yeah. The last pro tip you had for us? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're on a bigger hunt like that, what's in camp? Lotion, Vaseline, lotion for your hands. When you're dealing with the elements, I mean, you guys know you go out,
your
Yeah.
face.
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
it's dried up.
face, sunscreen a little bit. It's a real hard pro tip.
Yeah. One of the things you can do, man, if you bring lots of extra rubber gloves on a hunt, is you get them real bad. You can lotion them up or Vaseline them up and then throw those gloves on when you're laying in your sleeping bag for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then peel them off. And then that'll, like, if you got some gnarly ones, you know what I mean? Because we've all nicked ourselves, cut ourselves. I mean, your hands just start falling apart. But
So that was that hunt. He had the diesel heater in his boat, which is real nice. And I had already kind of tapiocaed myself on like funds for like, okay, I'm pretty much done with the boat. I don't want to spend $2,000 on a box heater, but you can get the ones off Amazon for a couple $100. But
yeah,
Those Amazons are legit.
yeah, I've heard.
Yeah.
So what'd
that's
you
all I
use?
hear about.
Huh?
So what'd you use?
I slept on that boat the entire time. Like literally, I just lift up my little cubby and grab out my sleeping bag, anchor up, and I just do like another, just
Tie
double,
off, yeah.
tie off, double, fail safe,
Double Windsor?
yeah, yep, and then just lay down. He go,
You setting
Here
up
you
a
go.
cot?
yeah. So I just all the benches. I've got two
Okay.
action packers with like a custom. Well, it's custom, Alaskan K custom, all weather
Fabbed out,
wood,
bro.
yeah, all weather wood that just goes right over the
Fully
top
fabbed.
of them.
Oh,
So you can
perfect.
flip them up.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, there's many ways you can skin the cat, but that was just nice. And then on the way home, what we did with the meat was on those beds to keep that meat central. And so we didn't have to like jump out. That's the other thing. You're on the Yukon for that many days. Then you stop. You're running. Then you stop. Then you're getting out and hiking up a mud bank, making a meat pole, taking that meat out. You're going up. You're going down. You're setting it up
my
over and
God,
over and
that
over
is
again.
gnarly,
Right.
dude.
Yep. Where I was like, nope. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make some slats. So I put some slats in
sweet.
between. So when we were running on the way home, just the air would come in.
Circling it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'd just rotate the drumsticks on top of that. And that night we were so tired, like we'd just put a cot or a little pad over the top of the slats and a little bit of meat and just get cozy with it. Use it as a headrest. Ow.
Fuck it, man.
Good
Yep.
times, too.
So
I mean, that's the idea of like hauling that moose meat back and forth. That's miserable.
and then with the water levels, sometimes you can only stop at so many places where you're like, you're kidding me. And then you got to actually get out before. Then you got to go and cut some trees or bring logs down so you don't just jump out and ankle deep and then fall over in the mud. It's a pain. But back to your original question, what the camps look like is Arctic ovens. I've got Arctic ovens like with the Newwave stoves in them. So like that'll be like a client set up, and then I'll have like the camp, like a Lacknack, and then a Barney Sports Leg Kodiak condo, and then spike camps from there, just using Kuyus and Hillebergs.
Yeah.
And then
Nice.
when I'll make sure everybody's, that's what I always do, make sure everybody's really good, and then I'll just like set up a Hilleberg tarp and just dive under it. You know?
Yeah.
Because at the end, when you are doing that much, setting everybody else's stuff up, you
You're just ready
sleep
to be
anywhere.
Just good.
Yeah,
As long as I'm not getting rained
catch
on.
a nap.
Yep. I'm out. Totally.
It's probably just easier to get up and go pee. I mean, you don't have to crawl out of your
Floorless,
tent.
dude. Just roll over.
Is the new wave
Damn.
Just flop it out, let it rip.
Damn.
Okay.
the new wave stove? Is that wood or is that the propane?
Propane.
How's that one work?
So it's just a propane stove, but it's got a jack, like stove jack that comes up and out. And you just turn it on, just crack it on low. You'll get cooked out if you do any more than that.
How long does it last?
So basically a full 5 gallon or 5 whatever, the big propane bottles.
5 pound.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah, 5 pound.
yeah.
Yeah.
The big ones, the Alaska term.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a big one.
The big one.
Not the big one.
Yeah, the big, but the
Yeah,
short.
the one you
stocky
got
little
it
guy.
on your porch for
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
grill.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Nice. Explanation. Yeah, that'll last about 48 to 54 hours full bore.
Okay.
So if you just got it cracked, it'll last longer. But like in the days,
You don't need it.
Use
You
it
just
a
need it
little
in
bit
the
in the
morning.
morning, in the evening, dry out a little bit.
So it'll last a week or something.
Yeah, it'll last about a week.
Yeah.
And just bring in more.
Cool.
But those green bottles last you like maybe a day. Mm-hmm. Not even 24 hours.
You
but
can
like,
put the green bottle on too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
It'll use either or.
Yeah.
So you could do a green bottle a day
Yeah, about.
if you want to use it morning and
Is that a
night.
pound?
Like,
Yeah.
Or
Now, if you
So
drink,
if you wanted to like,
if you fill your own, it'll be 2 days then.
if you fill your own,
Oh yeah.
what do you mean? Oh, because they're not full. Because they're so empty. When you get-
Yeah. They have to be only so full, right? Because
Yeah,
they'll be like in Arizona
poundage.
heat and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just at the end of your bottle, you use that little tool and you bleed it as fast as you can. You get it as cold as you can, and then you hook it up to the big one and flip it over, and it will fill. I don't know, at least 50% more.
Pro tip.
So you can pop them.
Pro tips all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we always save the green ones, and
kind of intimidated by doing that. I haven't.
I mean, it's just gonna.
we've been doing it for like 20 years.
So I'm like, I think I'll pass.
Your fingers might just freeze off and look like
Yeah,
man.
dude, if you don't mind,
Diesel
you
immune.
could be Leonardo, dude. You could be Leonardo, dude.
Dude, we could be
Oh,
like,
Muty over there.
Yeah.
You be catching some passes, buddy.
dude, catch your bull moose, partner.
That's right.
yeah.
That's
Grab
how
'em.
he flags that down with his hand.
He's like, hey, before we go moose hunting, we're gonna throw football.
He rakes with his hand.
Trees.
He just rakes with his hand.
Just waves those fingertips in the air. They're just like,
My moose calling hand.
and it's the rack.
Down spruce.
it's just the top points. Just
That's on the hand. It's a moose antler for sure. What's intimidating about it?
What?
just feeling I'm gonna blow my hand off.
Yeah. Or
mean,
overblowing it,
you
dude.
know,
Overfilling it. I don't
Oh,
know.
if it's just liquid though that you're putting in, so it's not gonna blow your hand off.
It
And
might
then,
get them real cold.
well, you wear gloves when you do it.
Yeah.
You know,
see,
Not if
the
you're me,
bottle's
buddy.
closed, but it's
You
not
lost
any
me your
colder
gloves.
than it's
Well,
not any colder
dude,
than like your
Can
propane
you
bottle.
fill
when
them up for
you're
me? I'll
running
provide
hard.
the propane and the empty.
I'll
tank.
I
teach
mean, I
you.
save all the cans. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna refill these, and I have like
Yeah.
9,000.
Thompson was doing it, right?
I'll teach you.
Yeah, I'll do it. I mean,
But
I
we
got-
went down the engineering rabbit hole. It's safe for.
Oh, I would trust you engineers.
I
with the
wouldn't do it
project
down
for
in
sure.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, because the heat.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I wish is that those propane
Make a wish.
burners could also be wood. Because then when you run out,
Right.
if you got wood, it's just multi. That's the
Right.
one thing.
And now they're
Yeah.
making some of those wood fire pizza ovens where it is gas and
wood?
and wood. So it's like the technology's
Ooh,
there, right?
yeah.
We just need to move it over to the outdoor space.
There's,
It'll get there.
I believe Micah. So like, I've got Micah's gonna probably be one of my assistant guys. He's one of those dudes that's like OG Alaska. Like grew up in the Chena Valley, traps hard, kills wolves.
Chena
Not really.
boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's a 365 kind of guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just doing it all the time.
100%. And just quietly, he's just one of those guys that
Oh,
has
yeah,
like
there's a lot of those out there.
the Connex full of sheep skulls that he's killed and
And
other
stone
like
cold.
like real cool things in the Connex.
Yeah.
Like real cool things where I'm like, you have one of those? Tell me about it.
Where'd you dig it up?
Yeah, where'd you find that?
Shit.
The bank of the Yukon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But I was going to show you guys this. Here's one. Some dude's got like a jet boil, right? And he goes and gets like this compressed air stuff
Yeah.
for much cheaper, and he fills it up himself.
Can you airdrop that to Daniel?
Yeah. Let me.
Oh,
let me
they have
send
the
that.
little thing now that you just. They have the actual
It's
tool.
an adapter.
Yeah, well, I've got
like
an
that?
adapter that you can transfer between
Yeah.
propanes.
Yeah.
Cheap Amazon, whatever.
Right.
Okay.
You get one cold and one's
Not,
warm.
not
and
worrying,
you
not
just
worrying
flip
about blowing your hand off with that one.
it. No,
Okay.
but here's a good one.
Oh, you seen
Where he
It's the
teaches you.
same one that
Good,
I've been
man.
talking about.
Yeah, like it's got like a little like
Yeah,
compressed.
it's a little red. It's been, you've seen it. You've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see that one.
Yeah, the gas mate. I'm like,
Okay.
I could get with that.
It's like a little red one.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
How do you know when it's full the right amount?
They you just watch the
He
video. it'll
just
tell
said
you.
it on the scale. It's like how
Yeah,
many
you
grams.
weigh it.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
There it
or
is.
you could put it in
Wait.
water and it'll tell you where it's on the fill line.
And then they also
Oh,
have
that?
that's smart. That's smart.
and they have a fancy dancy. You
Like
can
sinks in
spin it
enough?
on.
Mm-hmm, then
jet
it'll be the
boil.
line. That's what those lines are for. Do you know that?
What?
Yeah.
Fucking
Tells you how
mind
far-
blew.
What was
Water.
that handy dandy thing?
That's just a little attachment
Oh,
that you
that's-
can.
Go between the two.
Yep, and then that
Call
one
that an
takes like
adapter?
compressed gas.
Yeah, adapter.
Can you buy a big bottle of that shit then?
I'm sure you can.
Yeah,
That's
I
what we
didn't
need.
know- Yeah,
then we'll just fill up all the little ones.
Yep.
Or
That'd be cool.
what was the other? Oh, Jetboil has one like that you can screw on, and the pressure it'll tell you how full it is.
Oh, it's like a little PSI thing.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
but
I just go
usually,
like this.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Or throw it in the
you-
water.
That's like, have you ever ran out?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever ran out? Where you're like,
Oh,
oh, this
I
is a
mean-
good one, and you get out there, you're like,
Oh no 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 no.
We overpack them, dude.
No, dude.
You overpack them.
I dude by double.
I have had one to get fucked up though. There's ones that aren't good.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
don't buy the cheap one.
I always have a backup, and I feel like that's another one of those things where I get like, bro, you're extra shit, and you're always so heavy. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, I'm the dude that brought extra propane if your shit doesn't work.
Yeah, if someone gets hurt or something, you
Yeah,
have to
I mean,
be out
I
there
just
longer.
like,
That's one
there's
thing
just
you
certain
want.
things, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Just the small can. Like that's a backup of the backup can.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
that'll
that
at
little
least-
tiny one. Yeah,
That'll at
that's
least
perfect.
get you through like 2 fucking days.
I like to bring that in that
You
little
know?
pocket rocket. That's just the backup thing you could have.
Yeah.
You know.
And you can, I like it because I like to bring that. I like to have the 2-pot option. So Daniel carries one for coffee and boiling water for food. And then I have one that we're down if we wanted to boil meat or,
Yeah.
you know, something in
Ptarmigan
it
or-
where
yeah.
like it maybe gets a little bit like, you know, we got to clean it. And that's over an open flame with the pocket rocket or with the MSR. So we can cook meat.
Now, instead of doing like the rock trick in your friend's bag, that like the
Yeah.
one, the fast hiker,
Done
it's
that
either
too.
you just like slip a couple beers in, or maybe a thing of smoked salmon and a thing of propane,
Yeah.
and maybe like a little bottle of some rich and rare for the celebratory.
That's your go-to.
The
huh?
celebratory, yeah,
boys.
yeah. I brought it out. I brought some
That's
out with my
gangster,
client. We
man.
got up and when he killed a ram this year, my client this year, and I'm like, I've been waiting for this. He's like, and I pull it out, and he looked at me, and he almost got teared up.
Really?
Actually, where he's like, "You, how did you know?" I'm like, "This is just like a go-to."
Yeah.
And he's like, "My dad. This was my dad's like favorite
No
whiskey.
way.
His dad passed away.
Yes,
Yeah. And so we're up there, and he's like getting
Rich and rare.
he's getting choked up a little bit. He's just like, "This is for
Oh,
you, Dad." You know, I'm
my
like,
God, that's so cool.
okay. So yeah, it's
Beautiful.
it's
That's
got magic
awesome.
properties. It's got magic properties.
Dude, my dad and his buddy Scott, they had the mixer, and it was flat Diet Coke with R&R in it, and it was like
The pre-mixer mixer.
pre-mixer.
That sounds
Is that like the
Cancun
Kirkland-
That
drink.
thing just got tossed from like, you know, spot to spot. Just, you know, it sat in the cold and it got hot. Then it was just, and then we just, once it would go down, they mix a new bottle for the day.
It's in the clear water bottle one.
No, it's
with
in
the red
no, it was
nozzle
in
and
the
the white
R&R.
nozzle.
It was in the R&R bottle.
Yeah.
It was in the R&R bottle, but it was diluted R&R. So it was
Oh, so they had
hella
like
flat.
about
Diet Coke was about 25%, and the rest
okay.
was
They did the 80-20 on
R&R,
that.
and then that thing just got chucked around. There was no like, you know, Yeti bags full of caribou calls every day that you take out.
Step it up, boys.
I know, but I mean,
And they're
there was
tough.
shit wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah.
Those
That
bottles
was
are
cheap
tough.
and easy, and you could bring
Dude.
what 3 or 4 liters of Coke or Diet Pepsi,
Yeah.
Coke or whatever, and then have
I think that Yeti bag
know,
probably
12.
gets used the most out of anything else I have.
for
The
sure,
beer
those
bag.
Yeah, 100%.
beer bag,
Dude, it goes
on
everywhere,
every
dude.
trip.
Every single trip.
Yep.
Packing 30 beers, ready to rock all
Yep,
the time.
good for the weekend.
It's also a water vessel.
Oh,
So when
true.
you're done, then you fill it up so you're getting hydrated. You think about it. Mm-hmm. If you're moose hunting, you turn the first one into a moose call 100%. That is the juju.
Is that how it works?
Oh, 100%
The first R&R bottle is the one.
is the one. And then you just leave it, and
Oh,
for some
gotcha.
reason,
So-
it never gets lost. It never gets lost.
Everybody's like, "Where's that? Where's the call? Where's the call?"
You can't live with that.
Then do you mount it with the taxidermy thing?
Yeah, so
It's
you
in
know
its
what?
mouth.
It's just like
Interesting
embedded.
is I usually will, like the clients are like, I want that. I'm like, all right.
There you go.
There you
sign
go.
it?
So
you should
they'll
sign
have
it.
it.
Yeah.
And like we made, in hunting camp,
Put it in
you
the
know,
trophy case.
There's, I don't know, a lot of full grown men, and
Oh yeah.
there was R&R to be had. So we had like by the end of 12 days, there's 3 calls, and we found a bunch of deadheads while we were there, and we hung them up on the tree. So you just go up and you put your call on it, because we'd call in the mornings. You just go and put the call right on the rack. And so it's kind of cool. It's all the R&R bottles because everyone would grab one on their way out, get the boat, toss it in.
They're good.
I had I didn't have a rich and rare call. We ended up using a rich and rare call later in the hunt, but I was on my own on a big adventure in my small boat, deploy solo mission, and Hemplers like meat sticks.
Oh yeah.
They come in a tube, like a Slim Jim tube. I had this too, and everyone was discarding boxes. I'm like, no, that's mine. They're like, what do you want it for? It's my moose call. So I put like my tree spikes in there, my rope, and then I'd get there to the spot, dump out the tree spikes, and then start calling with it, and then just put them in. So my little tree spikes, put them in your pocket, get holes.
Yeah.
So I had that, and this went in, rocked a 63-inch 4x2. Zow! I'm like, yep, it's done.
Got it.
With my Hemplers. And then I go back to the boat, just feeling good. I'm like, yeah.
Called one
all
of
right,
the boys.
And I just threw my Hemplers into the boat, but it's got an inflatable floor, and it went da-dunk, boom, hit the water. I'm like, no.
Overboard.
Gone. I'm like,
Got all cocky and shit. Like,
yeah.
Gotcha. I did that with my phone on the Kenai.
Did you really?
I was like doing something, I just went, pop, gone right off the bottom of the raft.
The
just
one bounce?
Yep. Just out.
Faster than you can go.
Yep. Gone.
Done.
It wasn't that deep, but I was going. Just gone.
Yep. So you're never going to get that out of there.
No.
Donation. We'll be right back, guys.
She giveth away.
She does.
Big Ray's, the Alaskan outfitter, committed to outfitting Alaskans across the state since 1947. Whether you're a recreator, parent, guide, or corporate buyer, Big Ray's has the gear you need tailored for Alaska's harsh conditions. At Big Ray's, you'll find brands like Carhartt, Grundens, Darn Tough, FXD, Okiwear, and more. Big Ray's is your one-stop shop for both outdoor gear and rugged work attire. Check out their new exclusive line of durable but affordable waders, inspired by and named after the majestic Aralek River in remote western Alaska. The Aralek wader was designed by Alaskans and proven for the diverse waters of the last frontier. Visit Big Ray's at any of their 5 locations statewide, 2 in Anchorage, 2 in Fairbanks, 1 in Kodiak, or check them out online at bigrays.com.
Tailored Restoration, helping Alaskans turn disasters into new beginnings since 1972. Their 24-hour services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, and repairs. Tailored built its reputation with years of committed and reliable service to the community with innovative restoration and home remodeling. When you have an unexpected home issue at the most improbable time, Tailored has an emergency response number with trained professionals available to help you anytime, day or night. Tailored Restoration has locations to serve you in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Give them a call at 907-344-1239 or make an appointment today at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlander products. If you want to customize your vehicle, talk to the team at Total Truck, where you'll find their expertise along with top brands such as ARE, RSI Smart Caps, Goose Gear, iCamper, Frontrunner, Rigid Lights, Rhino Lining bed liners, and everything you need to outfit your truck or SUV. Want to turn your truck into a sleeping option? They have rooftop tents, custom camping equipment, electronics, and solar energy packages to keep you powered up deep in the backcountry. Stop by their store location on Dowling between the New and Old Seward Highway, or check them out at TotalTruckAK.com.
Straight AK style?
Yep. Make a wish. Made mine. Really quick
Didn't have time
before
to
the
make
trivia. Allergy problems.
Oh yeah.
Allergy season coming. I know you get hit hard.
No, I mean,
Not yet. Jack has a hot tip for us since this is the Hot Tip Tuesday.
okay.
The bees and the honey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have that allergy, that seasonal allergy, you can go get some local honey and then take a little tiny bit each day, and it will help you defeat that allergic reaction.
Like a little bump.
Just a little bump every day. Little bump.
For how long?
So let's get a little.
We did it a whole year for PAX. So it was,
Oh, so you could do it for your kids.
yeah. So we
'cause
did
it's
it
honey.
for whole
So it
year
has to
for
be
him.
what, wild organic honey from somewhere around here.
Yeah, somewhere that has the same type of plants that you have around you.
So there's local people in the the
gotcha.
neighborhood that
Oh,
have
yeah.
bees or someone that you know, because you probably don't want to get one from I don't know, Homer.
Yeah, you could do like, I mean, if you're allergic to birch, you could go to like the fair and talk to them. Hey, you have the birch, or allergy.
Yeah.
Like what do you, which you go to the thing. There's like
Oh, they have their
40
specific-
different jars, right, from different beekeepers, right, and the beekeeper association dude is very knowledgeable and be like, okay, I think this one and that one. I think your neighborhood is the best. Like if you have a Lucas or Philip or someone. So Philip has given me some of his before.
Oh, Philip has it?
Oh yeah, he has bees
Philip
too.
that was just at our
Mm-hmm.
man.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Philip,
Yeah.
dude.
Fill the
Philip's
thrill,
awesome.
baby. Fill the thrill.
Dude was awesome, man.
Phil the Thrill is awesome.
I wish I would have met him a long time ago,
He's
but
a
I'm
good dude.
glad to
Yeah.
have met him this weekend.
Yeah.
Give you full checkup.
Yeah, I mean that'd be interesting.
Dr.
I know
Phil.
my little brother Dan's allergies in the spring are just like he's got to put like tissues in his nose to,
You should pluck his
post-nasal drip.
hairs, man.
So or maybe leave them in and filter
I mean,
the
he
pollen out.
he
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
suffers if he doesn't hit the Benadryl or allergy medicine.
So it's like being exposed to a low dose of the allergen is the idea, and I think like before people are like, oh, this is voodoo shit, right? But right now, like that for little kids that have a peanut allergy, this is exactly what they do. They start giving them a little bit of peanuts when they're a baby, just little crumbs.
To be
And
clear, the doctor does this.
the doctor starts
Okay.
it, and then the parents
So we're not
continue
like,
it. Yeah, don't
"Oh,
do it
my
without
back."
your doctor's help. But yeah, the doctor starts the routine and then you stick to it, right? And you watch how the baby responds or whatever. But it's the same thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I got those birch allergies. Like you turn 27, and all of a sudden, like, what is going on? And then I realized it in the wintertime when I was cutting wood. Like, what am I allergic to? And I was cutting wood, and I was only working with birch. And I touched my eyes. I'm like, oh, that's it.
Damn.
My wife's like, oh yeah, it was a record-breaking birch year. So yeah, I was 27. That happened. I'm like, this is crazy. So I'm taking Claritin, and then that only works for so long. Usually, you have to
yeah.
switch it up.
Yeah, you get like a immune to it or something. What is the word?
Not antibodies, right?
No, like you get
Antigen?
huh?
Antigen?
No, like when you get used to something, it doesn't work anymore.
Your tolerance is built up?
Maybe.
Like
There's another word.
Immune?
Yeah.
I feel so silly talking about
Phil,
stuff like this. Phil, help us up. We're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
hunters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really intelligent, so I couldn't tell you that much. But
But
Yeah.
either way, hot tip.
dude, allergy tips by Jack. Yeah, I mean, this is Alaska Wild Project, baby. You were going to learn some shit.
Hey, check this
On this
out.
program.
You guys got an EpiPen up on your system on your persons?
I do.
No,
Do you?
Not all at all times. I have one in all my outdoor kits
Okay.
and
No,
the truck.
Do you know anybody who's allergic?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, tons of
On me
people.
boots. Almost died on us once.
Really?
Yeah.
Bee stings.
A lot of them?
No,
No, just one.
We'll just
Goes
kill
full
him.
full
Anaphylactic.
Anaphylactic?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, dude. Had
Yeah.
the scariest moment of my fatherhood.
Oh,
Yeah, just this summer.
Kiddo?
Speaking of allergies.
Kid?
Oh, yeah. Just, all right, I'm out there. Hike Crow Pass a few years ago before kids.
don't
We got
scare me,
stung
man.
so many damn times in the thighs and the loins, like all over. Everyone got nailed. No one had an
loins?
EpiPen. In the it was summer.
love that word.
Oh, it's in the sweet meat
Yeah.
up in there.
I've been stung there, and I don't wish stun on anybody.
It's a good long story. We got charged by bears. We ended up running through another beehive and we said, screw the bears. Ran by them, mom, and it. Well, I'm not going to get into that. This is the other
Sound like a
story.
rough trip.
This is like I can't believe nobody was allergic. We all got nailed. I got nailed. Everyone got nailed. A bunch.
Did you have Benadryl at least with
No,
you?
no one had nothing. I mean, just like standard first aid kit.
Yeah, you don't put Benadryl in your first aid
This
kit?
is
think
years
the- I
ago,
think the
but
new
like
ones
I think
come
I
with
did
it.
have it, but no one was
That's
having.
like one thing that everyone
Yeah.
should have in their first aid kit other than the EpiPen.
Oh yeah,
is
Yep.
for
a
sure.
bunch of
That along with a
Benadryl.
shit ton of aspirin, right?
Yeah.
So the summer, I
Something
just
lauded.
there's the last summer new swing set kids hadn't played on for like most of the summer. Like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, I don't want them to fall off. Let me clean up some brush around here so they don't fall off and poke an eye out. I'm grabbing the brush. They're having fun, and my daughter goes, oh, And I look, I'm like, ooh, there's a bee, and I flicked it away. I'm like, ooh, come here, hold on. And I got stung in my hand, like right.
Oh, they're
like,
swarming now.
Yeah, I just got stung in my hand just one time. I grabbed the kids and took off running.
Yeah.
She got stung once. I got stung. She's crying. I carry them both inside. Oh yeah, bee sting. She got a bee sting. She having a reaction? I was like, no, no. She's good. It seems. Is she okay? And I'm like, I kind of get that look on my face. My wife's like, looks at me. I'm like, something's happening. And I try to be real calm now because my kids are observing me. I'm like, Jordan, I need you to go get me a fresh pair of clothes. I'm going to get in the shower, and then I need you to load the kids immediately in the vehicle, and we're going to the hospital. She's like, you're having a reaction? I was like, my whole body is on fire, and I'm sitting on a glacier at the same time.
Yeah.
I can't explain this. And I'm like, I'm having a hard time swallowing. And then immediately I was like, oh, started to dry heave. I'm like, I'm getting in the shower. Please go do that. So we get there and
Like a
like
cold
going to the
shower?
emergency. Yeah, going to emergency room. Never carried. Didn't. I mean, like I had probably had an EpiPen buried somewhere in my hunting.
But they
like, my
expire
first aid,
too.
where I'm like, oh, just kind of okay. Just get to the hospital. We're pretty close. Just okay. Going to the hospital. So I went to the hospital, and my mom had like this first aid kit, and she had a kit with like a paramedic's first aid kit or something, a little bit high zoot, and she hit me with some like prednisone or cortisone. I don't know. This is not medical advice, but she hit me with something. I'm like, she's like,
a whole different kind of zone.
If it's some ozone,
Zone me up.
brozone, or yeah, you have to look at it. Like, hydroprednisone. It's some kind of steroid, I believe.
We got zoned out.
I'm not sure, but she hit me. I'm like, yep. I'm like, shirt's off. And she's like, okay, if this doesn't work, you're gonna have to go. And I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to go into the hospital and have my kids go in there. So like, I go around her vehicle. I'm just sitting there like a degenerate, like drug problem guy in the parking lot next to the emergency room, my shirt off. I got stung one time by a bee. It hit me in one of these main veins.
Oh shit!
If it would have hit me on the strong hand, nothing would have
Oh,
happened.
dude, the mute hand.
Dude,
couldn't even penetrate, dude.
Just falling over.
That just been like
Bug would- yeah, death.
didn't even try to sting you.
Yeah. But yeah, so that eventually it worked. But my face, like, started and then my face just blew up like Donkey Kong. They're like
Nose and
They
shit.
were taking pictures of me laughing. I'm like, am I
let me see a
dying?
picture.
No, they've got the pictures.
Oh,
I'm like, I don't
man.
want anything to do with this. I was very vulnerable.
Just full elephant man.
Just
It's bad, dude. Did you see Boots' picture when he happened to him?
No, I
dude?
heard
Oh
about
my
it though.
God, dude. I have it somewhere.
And
I
I've
never
gone
pulled it up.
borderline too.
Did you?
It's bad. You
Yeah,
get
I'm
it too?
allergic to bananas.
You got full blown
Bananas.
up? No, I'm,
Oh,
I'm
you got
not
full
allergic
blown
to
up.
anything.
Yeah.
No.
Bananas.
Speaking of
No,
Donkey Kong.
but I have been around anaphylactic enough that like every year on my medical insurance allows me to get so many of those EpiPens and I load up. So I think it's 2 a year. So
Wait, how do you get them?
you just get your doctor to prescribe them and your medical insurance will cover, I think 2 we get covered a year.
Yeah. No, they probably have a shelf life too, I imagine.
They do, but I've looked at that and I would use them later. I all the ones I have in the boats and
Even if you're
everything are
like, just
expired.
hit me with a second one.
Yeah.
The throat.
That one's expired. Hit 2.
In our first responder training, for the slope one year, the fire department, sends in a paramedic or whatever that's trained for that. And so she was showing us how to use the EpiPen. And they have like the fake one where you can, the practice one. So she went and hit it and then looks up and her eyes go bright and she fucking hit herself with the loaded one. And so then we had to call the paramedics for her.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
She got zapped.
It was
No
great.
way.
Fuck yeah,
How
dude.
the you even let that happen?
Dude, not paying
That's funny,
attention.
dude.
What is she? What was the reaction?
She just got wide-eyed and adrenaline.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, she was like hyper, but she was also worried. So,
They're doing it downtown.
but she had to. We had
dude.
to call. Yeah, no
Aroused.
shit.
Hey,
Yeah.
y'all,
It's like Narcan.
Excited.
you want to hit this EpiPen?
I wonder
bro?
if Narcan
Yeah.
would work. Could you use Narcan instead? Those are free now, right?
Oh yeah, they give them those out.
Yeah.
Don't be giving
I'm
kids.
gonna have to-
Don't
we
be
need to
giving
do
kids
some
ideas,
research on-
Jack.
No, I don't
Research
think
on that.
doesn't either. We have I did a whole thing on it.
It doesn't do anything for someone who's in anaphylactic shock.
Oh, that I don't know.
I bet it would.
I should know because I did take the class.
I'm gonna Google this.
Yeah. Well, Google it after we do this here. Trivia that is brought to you by the Mayor Small Batch Salsa.
Wainwright Reaper. Available to you on AlaskaWildProject.com. Check out our store. Got lots of new merch. Get a hat, hoodie, salsa, rampages. Alaska Wild Project's going big, dog. Get it
Amen.
all. Fucking A.
That was good.
Represent Alaska.
Do it.
All right. This animal is a newcomer to Alaska. They were first noted in the state shortly after the turn of the 20th century. What is the animal?
Mule deer.
Mule deer.
Yeah. And people used to think there wasn't coyotes in the state of Alaska.
Oh, there is.
Oh, there is big time, but I'm not saying coyote. But anecdotal, I know the trappers know. The real ones know.
Yeah, the G's that are in the backcountry.
They know.
Yeah. Like the guys that say they see mountain lions and shit.
Yeah, that's
You know?
what I was thinking, but it hasn't been
Yeah.
like 100% confirmed.
Yeah. And this is the 20th century we're talking about.
Say, repeat the question.
All right.
It's a while back.
This animal is a newcomer to Alaska. They were first noted in the state shortly after the turn of the 20th century.
I'm going to stick with mule deer. I already answered it, but now I'm thinking it's a different animal.
So
Animal.
we're in the 21st.
Yeah.
Right.
A long time.
Yeah.
100.
Honey.
100. Did you say something already? No, yeah, you're still thinking.
Well, this would be one that they would try to stump you on the guide test.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sam.
We're helping them come up with new ones
Some
here is what we're doing.
Yeah.
They're like, you tune into Alaska Wild Project for new tricky questions on the
century.
guide test.
Man.
Spending a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
say
time on this place.
wood frog.
That's an awesome one.
Oh, that's deep. Maybe like sooty grouse.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Damn,
I was
that's
thinking
nice.
bird, but I couldn't think of
Deep.
one that was good.
So I just finished this book, Coyote America.
Oh, I have that one.
Yeah, and it is the coyote.
Oh, I
Ooh.
knew that. See?
You kind of already said it.
Yeah, I was
we're
trying
gonna
not to
you that.
give it up with my
You
look.
did
I
good.
thought I gave it up, man. I was like, oh, he knows. We just connected there. He's gonna keep it, you know. But then he gave it up. And then when he tried to
You went
walk
deep
away
with
from
grouse.
it, that's why I reread the 20th
Oh,
century
yeah.
because it was like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so they weren't
Coyote.
here.
See,
Yeah.
I would have got that wrong when I walked it back. I'm like, sooty grouse, but
Have you read that book?
no, not yet.
Would that make them like an invasive?
They are invasive. Yep.
Yeah.
So they were only in like the plains down to like Arizona range kind of things. And then into Mexico. They were into Mexico. And then now they're from Costa Rica to New York to Anchorage to the North Slope.
So check it. In this new recent research, coyote have been like a perpetrator of adult sheep death.
I bet for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Like
Yep.
that's what they've been talking about. So thank a trapper. May not, like however you feel about it. Trappers getting out and like they help. I've seen it firsthand in several of the sheep areas that I go. I've been in. Wolf hunters,
Yeah.
trappers.
I believe it. Remember we saw that fucking monster one where we're looking for those goats and sheep? Where I'm gonna go for the goat.
I
Was
saw.
that with you? Was
Yeah,
that with you?
yeah, it was you and me.
Saw
I
that
was
big
just
ass. We're like, is that a fucking wolf?
We thought it was a wolf, dude. As biggest coyote I ever seen in my life. Now I saw a challenger to that coyote.
bigger.
Yeah, like 3 years ago, running up to Fairbanks in October, and one ran across the highway and it like stopped on the shoulder enough that I could pull over and look at it. Solid 55, 60 pound dog. I mean, it looked
Stout.
sizable, and it was definitely not a wolf. You can tell those coyotes. They got that tan coloration over their backs, and
They got that little snout.
skinnier snout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more
big
narrow.
poofy towel.
Yeah.
or tail.
Yeah.
That's a good factoid there.
I thought they were native to Alaska. So that when I read the book and
I would have thought so too, for sure. But
yeah.
You boys want to hear something?
Yeah.
East
Yeah.
Coast.
East Coast.
East Coast.
east side,
Coy wolf.
Coy wolf.
Coy wolf. Check it out. It's a myth, a legend of interbreeding because like the
do you
numbers
spell
are
that?
sparse. Just coy wolf. COYWOLF.
There it is
It's
right
like
there.
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
it's a hybrid
yeah,
looking.
So
fucking
it's a
thing.
coyote wolf.
yeah. So it's just like a big old hoss wolf. Now I've heard that wolves.
Big ol'
if
hoss coyote.
Oh yeah, hoss. Yeah, hoss yote. Correct. Now I've heard that wolves, if they encounter anything, they're just going to go ahead and rip it up for fun. They're definitely not going to breed because their numbers are strong enough, especially in Alaska.
Yeah.
But over there might be more.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw this
Sparse.
video. You might have seen it too recently. It's been circling. This snow leopard got into like this like goat pen
What?
And
Full
just for
shred off?
fun, just killed like all 40 of them, and it's just laying in the middle, like who's next, dude? And all these goats are dead, dude.
Just full throat shots.
Just like, and the guy's explaining is like, yeah, he's like, everyone is like this magnificent animal, but it just kills for fun, like it just did it just to kill.
Right.
Dude, Jim Burnworth said the nastiest thing. What did he say? The two scariest things on the planet were
Leopards and
like
Jaguars,
no. I want to say it was like a
leopard, dude.
I forgot what it was. He did throw out the leopard though, just because in the fact he had one try to attack him through a cage. But he was just saying he's got outfitters set up in Africa. So just as far as
Archery dude.
yeah, Jim, and
He's tall, son gun.
Oh,
isn't
he was a big boy. He was
Yeah.
just sitting in that chair the other night, man. He's a big old boy.
You could see the chair.
Yeah, we had to move the camera
barely,
up.
dude. Barely could see the chair. I went down and shook his hand. I was like, "Holy shit, dude!"
Yeah, his son's a hoss too. Genetics.
Yeah, but
he's a bad dude.
no, for sure.
One more. Is there more trivia here? Let's do
Yeah,
it.
If we want. All right.
I'm gonna look up that video with the snow leopard. You said it was a snow leopard. that did
Yeah,
it?
dude. It's just
Those are just savages.
oh my goodness, dude.
Big ass tail.
All right. So, how many bison were wandering the plains before Columbus came into the Americas?
10 million.
10 million.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm thinking.
Just
I don't
get
know why.
after it.
Is it 10 or 12?
Before Columbus came.
So before any influence from Western
In
society.
that time, the indigenous
I'm gonna
were
say 50 million.
swimming in bison.
Yeah, there was more bison than there were people.
I'm gonna say
All North
50 million.
America. That's a
50?
good one.
50 million.
Did he just nail? Was that a confirmation?
No, it was not.
We'll wait for Brandon.
10 million, 50 million. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
100
There's 50 states, so there'd be a
million
million in each one.
1 billion. I'm going into the billions. No, definitely not that. I mean, 50 million, you guys?
250.
It's some outrageous number. I bet it is. It's crazier. It was 15 million in Buffalo.
It was 30 million.
Wow.
30 million.
Yeah.
I'm not quite.
That's
wouldn't be
actually,
the
you can't
hour
really even
powers
fathom that
combined.
number. Like, you
Yeah.
can't even fathom seeing that. Like,
Oh, they're just
sinless.
scattered everywhere.
In little more than 1 decade, they killed almost every one of them.
Well, even back to what the bison were killing. I mean, how did the land even support that life?
The
form?
plains, you know?
yeah.
I
So
know.
you should
I
read
mean-
Empire of Summer Moon. It goes on. It goes into that
That's
too.
I'm just
Great
saying
book.
they probably
The
had.
other one, American Buffalo, that Ranella wrote, that one goes into it good too.
Yeah.
Is there like maybe even a point that maybe it would have been? It was not necessarily a bad thing that they were
Destroyed.
taken out.
No.
in terms of
no,
like
it's a bad thing.
no, I'm saying land growth.
No,
You know, like would they have if they were to never have been eradicated? Would they have just
kept going.
consumed everything, or do you
No,
think,
they
No,
move.
they moved.
I know,
and,
but do you think it could have supported them?
yeah, it did for millions of years.
Yeah.
Land
You
beef,
know?
dude. Land
Yeah,
beef.
Yeah.
land
This
beef.
is what it was.
Yeah.
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 That book, Summer of the Empire's Moon, that slaps.
Yeah.
It
Different.
does.
Yeah, you talked about that before.
Yeah.
It was an
It's a
amazing
good book,
read.
man.
That one's
Oh,
great.
listen to that one. I need to wake up. We're doing a long drive to a hunt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, you want to hear something good? Like, oh yeah, press play, and like immediately into it. Like, and then they were all brutally, savagely
Yeah.
taken
Murdered
advantage
and
of, murdered,
tortured.
tortured, their noses cut off, and then,
Yeah.
you know, like, you're like, oh, the worst thing you could possibly ever think of.
Yeah.
And they would just, oh yeah, and then they'll just like ride a cool few hundred miles in the night and go do it all over again.
Yeah. Steal all your horses. Track you even though you walk backwards through a river.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
They're the only way to beat them was steal their buffalo.
Yeah.
Kill them all.
Yep. Well, it was interesting
Found
how
a way,
valuable they are now, especially to us residents who all live here. There's eye contact right there.
Yeah, straight
Trying a
rooted.
bison tag.
Oh, yeah, man.
Dude, so I got a story. Landon Albertson, who came on the Yukon as well this year. And before this hunting season, so he's got Prayer and Adventure. He's a real cool dude. He was one who produced the podcast that we were doing for a while. Still stagnant, but we'll get back to
Brown
it.
Adventure, they do good shit.
Yeah, Landon. Yep. So Landon
They have a
Albertson.
Christian vibe too, right?
Pardon?
Them? They have a little Christian vibe at the end. Is that the guys?
No, that might be someone different.
I'm thinking
No,
of
but
someone else.
he moved up from Oregon years and years ago and brought his family, and he works out in the valley, and cool dude. But he drew the bison tag, and then we did this hunt where he said, "Can you go? Can you go?" I'm like, "I'm doing my thing. We'll go in the wintertime." And then Jake Huber and Cole Hagee hit him up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, perfect. We'll just drop you off." So we went up, flew out, landed. I'm like, "We're gonna go in there. We're gonna land. Arctic oven." So I don't have one of those. I'm like, "Don't worry about it. We got it. We're gonna land. We're gonna hike over. We're gonna shoot one. We're gonna get it all ready right next to the strip. They're gonna land and pick that up, and then pick us up. You know, we'll hike back, take everything down." Boom. Went in, did just like that. Well, before the hunting season, right before sheep, this is like good omen, karma stuff, like real
there we
deep
go.
bro stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of bison, so this is years later. You say, "Hey, I've got something for you." Normally, if we don't go halibut fishing, he'll come give me a couple packs of halibut and rockfish. Just good bro stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "All right, yeah, I'm here." And this is right before we were taking off. So the clients, you know, Todd and his client and my client, we're all getting ready to go. And Landon shows up, and everyone's got their bags. Everyone's ready to go. And he's in the back, and he brings out the buffalo head, the Euro, just beautiful Euro buffalo head. And I'm like, "Oh, dude, that is sweet." He's like, "It's yours, buddy." I'm like, No, I can't take this. No. He's like, "Dude, I got a replica, and I got a shoulder mount. This wouldn't have happened without you and the boys. This is yours."
Wow.
Oh, no way.
What he said comes with a caveat. I was like, "Okay, hit me." After I'm like, "I still can't take this." He's like, "You're taking it." Okay. That when you draw your buffalo, we go together, and you give me mine back. I was like, "Oh, buddy."
Ooh.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Man, that
Did you
is
draw it this
so
year?
cool.
No. I was like, "Dude, I'm probably going to be an old man, or I'm never going to draw it." He's like, "Well, keep it. It's all good." So,
Until then.
yep, until then. So it was just really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I really value it. We did this like really cool adventure, and he gave me that. I'm like, that is the biggest gift I think I've like received from another hunter. Of like, yeah, hey, here's the, I'm like, oh man. So I immediately, I put it in a place of honor, and then I hung it up right next to my muskox skull. So I got a muskox and a
Nice.
bison, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's
It was
awesome.
really cool
You
him
know,
to do.
that's like the coolest thing about the trophy on the wall is what it represents.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not hardware; it's an experience.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a memory. It's a connection. Like the bison itself, the skull, the horns. Someone probably shot a bigger one. Like, who cares about all that stuff? It's just what it represented.
100%.
That's right.
Another hunter sharing a trophy and a memory and experience with you. That's pretty rad, man.
is
That
rad.
that is like some top notch, classy shit that I've ever heard. somebody do.
100%. I'm like, man. So
I mean, that's going to bring some karma in a major fucking way somewhere down the line.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you think it did on the Yukon hunt. So,
Totally.
but you think they just used to stack them up, just stack up skulls, and you just go out and like, "Oh yeah, it's a bison skull, kick it, tumbleweed." Now that thing is just like revered, like
Oh, man.
so special.
Yeah.
So on the Yukon this year, like landing on this epic saga to get back. Epic. It was it's just a grind. I stopped in to where he was at, and he's like, "Oh man, like, you seen anything?" Like, just a small bull that probably should have shot. And so, yeah, you think, "Oh, Yukon, they're going to be behind every tree." No, you gotta earn it.
Oh, sure.
You really got to earn it.
Yeah. Shit changes every year.
Yep. And so he's like, "Can you just stay one more day?" I'm like, "Dude, I've been out here for I've lost count, over 20 days now. Like, I've got to get home." And then, I'm getting ready to go and guide goat and do all that. I've got to get home, but I will. I'm going to put myself behind schedule. I'm going to show you guys what to do. And rich and rare bottle and a shoulder blade.
Straight back to pro tips.
Yeah, shoulder blade. I'm like, all right, I'm going to point out all these different swamps on this mapping feature. No free advertisement for the mapper. That's another pro tip. You got to save all the maps. So I'm like, okay, here. I'm going to just walk in, call. If nothing responds, okay, survey the area, see how good it looks. If there's thrashing and you know there's a bull there, get the wind right, come back, call again at prime time. And then one might be standing right there when you walk in. Oh, there he is, boom. Like, or you can do all that all day, and then you go back to your base camp, you're going to come around the corner, and or like for lunch, and there's going to be one standing on the bank right next to your camp. Right there, right next to your tent.
Yeah.
That's probably what will happen. He's like, okay, all right. And it was like the doldrums. They had a great trip, and like seeing moose, but not like, oh yeah, it's Yukon. They're gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, buddy, it's good seeing you. Slap hands, out. Took off, and like a couple hours later, I'm looking at the text, in reach, like big bull down. He's like, we went back to camp for lunch, and one was standing on the bank.
No way.
Boom, shot him. That was cool.
Didn't have to pack them very far.
Nope.
Oh, it's a good karma right
Yeah,
there.
good karma.
That's real good.
Amen.
Full of good karma. Well, I'm happy that you passed your test, and
Thank you.
that is literally a lifetime achievement.
What year? When did you do this?
This is December.
Oh wow, man! Congratulations. That's
Thank you.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're stoked
Thank
for
you.
you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, gentlemen.
You really took that seriously, Austin.
100%.
And it's really nice to hear that as a local resident of Alaska who has all the opportunities in the world to hunt and do the thing. And, there are guides that do things the right way, and there are guides that do things the questionable way.
Yep.
I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
And you certainly take this as a very serious professional with respect, and you honor the resource and the privilege that it really is as you approach your career with that. So it shows the way you talk about it, the way you breathe it, the way you balance life with your family and your children, and then putting time into it and your dedication to it and doing it right and learning all the information about your units you're hunting. That's the way a guide should operate. And you should be really proud of the work you're doing.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys.
So I know you're
That's pretty
booked
sweet.
this year.
Yep.
But let's say someone is thinking, maybe 2026, 25, I'm gonna get a hold of Austin and see what's up.
It doesn't go that far.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, maybe just like, should we put the word off to contact you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's great. I mean, right when I really appreciate that. When I did the post, I spent about a month after I did that post. I would average, that's the whole thing, away from the family, where I'm like, hey, if you need to talk to me, I need you to come up and put your hand on my forearm. I will acknowledge you, and then I will come and talk to you when I'm done, because I'm on a conversation. But I would average about 5 hours a day, 4.5 hours a day on the phone with people, talking to them. So I'll always talk with people, but I just keep it real. Like, I'm not just going to sign people up like really far in advance for just to get money in the bank and be like, oh yeah, we're going to find them. I'm not going to do our organized camping trips. Keep it small, keep it tight, keep it professional with top-notch gear, top-notch guides. And the guides, like I'm talking about, like Micah and some of these other people that I've got around me, like some guys who are really good, like very good. And I acknowledge that. Like, yeah, I may have the credentials, but like, you're bringing me up. I'm going to ask you questions, but you can always learn something at any given time.
Oh yeah,
But
you're a team.
100%. And I'm paying my guys the best that you can possibly pay them without
they're worth
going
it.
broke. 100%. Get that team, and then I want them to come back every year. So build like the family type of deal, and then just keep it small, guaranteed. Okay, this is what we're gonna do, and then I'll always talk. But if somebody's getting ready to book, I'm trying to figure that out now of when I'm going to open it back up, because I like to go out, survey the area, do my own reconnaissance, own flying instead of just like talking to the
guide and
biologist.
clients.
Yep, and then make a decision. I'm thinking I'm going to be doing it. Probably I'll open up the phones right after draws come out, type of deal, or right before the draws open.
Okay.
But probably right after the draws, because that's what a lot of people are, like, oh yeah, I want to come this year. But
So
I've got
April
draws.
15th, 2025,
Feb.
9 a.m.
February,
And it's
third Friday in
What is it?
February.
Yeah.
You missed our moose call competition too. You got to come out that day.
Oh, bring that R&R bottle, bro.
Buddy.
Bring it.
Buddy.
There was some good ones. A girl won it.
Would you be cool if we
100%.
gave that away at the draw party?
Yeah. It's funny, they go
Authentic.
they go like missing because someone's like, "Oh man, I'm like, dude, this has got
It's
good
about to
juju.
go
It's killed
famous after
3
this
bulls,
podcast, dude.
and I give them, straight
up.
But yeah, that being said, I got to commend you guys. Like when I came in here, wow, you look like you guys had already been doing it for like 10 years. Now it's like really amazing, and some of that top secret. If you ever get to come in and grace the couch area, the secret book, that is a thing
cool,
of magic.
Pretty cool thing showed up. Yeah. Now we polished her up a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh, the cameras, you guys are just dialed. Like, it's a really cool vibe in here, and I'm very appreciative to be a part of it. And thank you guys very much for having me.
Oh, man.
And congratulations on your success and all that Instagram blowing up. What's up? 27? 27?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, boy.
It's all about consistency, right, Austin?
100%.
Give the customers a product they love, they want to keep coming back to.
There it is.
Love it.
There it
That's
is.
it.
Thank you, Alaska. Thank you, Austin. Appreciate you guys. AlaskaWildProject.com. Give our boy a follow, Mission Alaska. Thank you, Alaska, for listening. Jack, as always,
Stay wild.
You'll remember my speaking to you of what I call your overcautiousness. Are you not overcautious when you assume that you cannot do what the enemy is constantly doing?
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. The exclusive home of frontier gear built for the rugged Alaskan terrain. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Visit Barney's today at 906 West Northern Lights.
Big Rays, the Alaskan outfitter, committed to outfitting Alaskans across the state since 1947. Whether you're a recreator, parent, guide, or corporate buyer, Big Rays has the gear you need, tailored for Alaska's harsh conditions. Check out their new exclusive line of Auralic waders. Big Rays for all your outdoor gear and rugged work attire. BigRays.com.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives. AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska, built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation, with exclusive products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce cards, and more. Ask your local bud tender about AKO. Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
Lawn Pro AK, Alaska's year-round professional property maintenance team. Services include weekly lawn care, custom landscaping, fertilizing, weed control, turf repair, and more. Schedule your free estimate at lawnproak.com.
Alaska's OG cider company, Double Shovel, crafting gluten-free colonial-style ciders founded as a healthier, non-inflammatory brew option. Drop by their Pop and Tap room in Anchorage off of 58th and Arctic or visit the second location in Kodiak. Double Shovel, award-winning ciders.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaskan public lands, waters, and wildlife. Their goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping our public lands wild. Stand up today and join BHA at backcountryhunters.org.
Alaska Mining and Diving Supply, located in Anchorage, is our go-to for powder sleds and utility rigs. Whether you're in the mountains with the flat bill bros, running trap lines, or hauling freight, they have the selection to get you dialed from peaks to the valleys. Find them on Commercial Drive or akmining.com.
At least is equal in prowess and act upon the claim. I say try. If we never try, we shall never succeed. This proposition is a simple truth, and it's too important to be lost sight of for a moment. If we cannot beat the enemy where he now is, we never can. It is all easy if our troops march as well as the enemy, and it is unmanly to say they cannot do it.